and she is the very gorgeous, the very talented Alia Bhatt, ladies and gentlemen. Come on, make some noise! And as we see on the big screen, as we saw rather, Ek Nari Sab Pe Bhari. So, ladies and gentlemen, Alia Bhatt. Welcome, Alia. And now, ladies and gentlemen, versatility jo hai, wo unka dusra naam hai. You know who I am talking about. Give it up for Mr. Ajay Devgn. One of the finest actors of the Indian film industry. And we love him. Jo bhi kirdar wo nibhate hain. Halla rukna nahi chahiye. Ajay sir, welcome. So good to see you. Welcome, sir. तो चलें अब इवेंट को आगे बढ़ाएं. अच्छा sir, I can't do the honors. Sir, ये मेरे बस की नहीं है because this is going to be huge. So I request all you wonderful people to do the honors, sir. अब किसको बुलाना है?
Yeah, I invite my buddy, my best friend, my brother, NTR, onto the stage.
I'll say that. Biggest masked hero of the generation, ladies and gentlemen, NTR Jr. We'll take the chairs, yeah. We'll call for chairs. Yeah, we'll have the chairs. Thank you. So in the meantime, sir, what would you like to say to that response jo abhi mila, sir? Thunderous response.
Yeah, when we get this kind of response, usually we don't respond, no? We just sit and enjoy it fully. The response is what we have been waiting for like almost 3 years now. And just waiting for these kind of moments. We make films for these kind of moments and it is fantastic.
And is it true, sir, that nobody else had seen the trailer aaj se pehle? Because a little birdie told me that. Is it true?
No. I mean, we released it. We had to release it because we were playing in the theaters and some of the images leaked. So we had to play it. But yes, of course, you are the first people to watch it on the big screen.
Yes, we are the first people. We are the lucky ones. We are the chosen ones. Please have a seat, sir. Okay, before I open the house for media interaction, Alia, this one's for you. As I said, Ek Nari Sab Pe Bhari. You're just killing it in that frame. Jaisi aapki entry hoti hai. What do you have to say on that? And this amazing mix of the crew, the amazing people here on stage.
मैं obviously अपनी खुद की entry के बारे में कुछ नहीं बोल सकती हूँ. But honestly, it's a magical moment for me. It's just being a part of Rajamouli film spectacle. Oh my God! Like I don't think I would have ever expected this to actually come true, and it did. So thank you for that, sir. And yeah, I'm just awaiting now the people's response and waiting for the film to release. I can't, like, after seeing the trailer, I have like fallen off my chair.
Right.
So yeah, I can't wait for the film to
Talking
release.
about the response, और क्या चाहिए? कुर्ते फड़वाओगे आप यहाँ पे? Like it was mind blowing जो हल्ला गुल्ला हुआ है. You know, it was amazing. Ajay sir, this one's for you. Please tell us, आपके entry पे sir special हल्ला गुल्ला वहाँ से हुआ. कौन चला रहा था? We have some amazing fans here. So what do you have to say about this collaboration?
I'm just very grateful. I mean, क्या कहूँ मैं? बहुत अच्छा लगता है. Love you all too. बहुत अच्छा लगता है जब ऐसा response मिलता है. Obviously इसी वजह से तो हम काम करते हैं. इसी के लिए तो हम काम करते हैं. So thank you so much.
है ना? हमारे साथ भी ऐसे ही हुआ.
बाद में अकेले में मिलना.
तब सटकेगी भी और रिजल्ट भी मिलेगा. NTR जूनियर साहब, जय NTR.
Thank you.
What do you have to say about this response? और सर ऐसा हिंदी फिल्मों में सर स्वागत करने की opportunity मैं ले सकता हूँ. I'll take that opportunity of welcoming you here. So what do you have to say, sir?
Well, first of all, thank you so much. As I call him Jakana, yaar. I can't call him Rajamauli. For me, it's Jakana always. So Jakana is this great sculptor. So I don't know, when we started our relationship together a few years ago, I don't know, Jakana just stuck in my head, and it was only Jakana for then, from then. But yeah, as I said, when such trailers come out, you just want to listen to the response rather than say anything about it. And it's my first interaction with the media here. I'm nervous, very nervous. Yeah, first interaction with them. Very nervous, makes me feel I've gone back 20 years again in the industry. Well, looking forward. Thank you so much.
I remember launching the glimpse, rather, it was a collaboration with PVR and RRR. We were here, Sir was here. He was very humble that day also, और आज भी वैसे ही हाल है. And I had posted a couple of pictures. Sir, उसके बाद मेरे को star वाली feeling आ रही थी. आपका तो मैं कह भी नहीं सकता कहाँ होगा, because your fan following is, I don't have words, sir. What do you have to say to all the fans,
blessed,
sir? यहाँ
truly
पे ये जो
blessed.
बैठे हैं.
Thank you so much, guys. Truly blessed. Thank you, Ma. Thank you. Truly blessed.
It's so good to have you all here. Thank you so much. And now it's over to the media. I know आप लोगों के बहुत सारे सवाल हैं. So shoot.
तो ये है कि अभी हमने आपका एक सॉन्ग देखा, जननी, इतना मेस्मराइजिंग, इतना खूबसूरत कि मैं बता नहीं सकती हूँ उसका एक्सपीरियंस. राजामौली जी का जो सिनेमा है वो बहुत अलहदा है, ये तो हम जानते हैं, बहुत अलग तरह का है. लेकिन आप खुद एक डायरेक्टर हैं, तो डायरेक्टर के पॉइंट ऑफ व्यू से आपको उनकी क्या चीज़ सबसे ज़्यादा अपील की, बहुत ज़्यादा इम्प्रेसिव?
राजामौली जी का जो सिनेमा है वो अलग नहीं है, वो एक ही सिनेमा है, इनका ही सिनेमा है. सिर्फ कोई और उस किस्म का सिनेमा बनाने की कोशिश करता भी होगा तो आई थिंक बहुत मुश्किल है अचीव करना. सो इनकी सोच बहुत बड़ी के अलावा बिल्कुल अलग है. एंड आई रिमेंबर हिम टेलिंग मी, और बहुत अर्दी है. और इन्होंने मुझे एक बात बताई थी, ये इन्होंने कैरेक्टर्स की स्टडी कहाँ से की है, और हर रोज़ ये हर नए किस्म की नए वर्जन की एक महाभारत पढ़ते हैं. और महाभारत एक ऐसी है कि उसमें दुनिया का कोई कैरेक्टर नहीं बचा जो उसमें नहीं है. आप कोई भी कैरेक्टर पकड़ लीजिए दुनिया के किसी कोने से, वो वहीं से निकला हुआ होगा. सो आई थिंक वो जो कैरेक्टराइजेशन करते हैं और वो जो उस हिसाब से सोचते हैं और कैरेक्टर्स के पॉइंट ऑफ व्यू से सोचते हैं, आई थिंक इट इज़ फैबुलस.
Hi, sir. Over here, straight. I have two questions, one for Rajamouli sir and one for NTR sir. This is Himesh from Pink Villa. First
Himesh.
Hi, sir. Firstly, the trailer looks outstanding, so congratulations on that. Rajamouli sir, my first question to you is, NTR sir is actually known to be fire in Telugu cinema, and Charan sir is known to be the ice. And you have cast them as a contrast over here. So could you tell us the idea behind casting the two of them as fire and ice in a contrasting way?
To tell it commercially, if I show them how the other directors have shown them, then I won't be special. So I want to be special, and so I. But see why I chose them for that characters is the characterization itself. Right? There are certain aspects of Bhim that can be portrayed only by NTR. There are certain portions, certain characteristics of Ram that can be portrayed only by Charan. So the characters made me choose them for their roles rather than their images. Yeah.
Okay. And NTR sir, firstly, welcome to Mumbai and welcome to Hindi cinema
Thank
with
you.
RRR.
Thank you so much.
So my question to you is, do you believe an SS Rajamouli film is the perfect vehicle for any actor to, go to a pan-India film? Because after this, your lineup are all, multilinguals, be it Kotala, Shiva, or the other films, Prashant, all the... So do you think this is the perfect vehicle for you to enter into this space?
Absolutely. Why not? Seriously, absolutely. Yeah, it's like, especially when you... See, let me not talk about the business aspect in this, but as an actor, for me, Rajamouli has been one director who's always satisfied my thirst of wanting to do something new. Something, an actor should not be very comfortable. He should not. And Rajamouli is one of the very, very, very few directors who's tickled that part in me. It's not only the films he does with me, But in general also, you know, when we discuss, you know, he's been a very close friend for a very long time in my life. And when I discuss scripts, you know, he's this person in my life who pushes me to get out of my, my comfort zone. And as you said, you know, being a part of Triple R has really opened out a lot of doors for me as an actor. I'm very happy to accept it also.
Thank you so much and looking forward.
Thank you, Umesh. Thanks a lot.
I don't think so. I don't think there is any space that he's not comfortable with. He's lying.
Hello, Rajamouli sir, just next to him. Russell De Silva from Bollywood Live. First of all, I have to repeat it again to everyone who's saying this. Congratulations to the entire team. This trailer is probably one of the best we've ever seen in world cinema. So, congratulations on that. What I wanted to ask you first, Rajamouli sir, is that after Bahubali, it's obviously that kind of expectations are too high everywhere, throughout the country, throughout the world. Now, when you're making a movie as an artist, as a creator, you have to concentrate on the subject. But how difficult it is also to know that everybody is expecting a bigger movie than Bahubali, and everybody is expecting a bigger performance at the box office than Bahubali. How do you separate that?
Well, there is obviously a lot of people will be expecting the same kind of film after Bahubali, but we can't keep making the same films again and again. But the trick is, if you look deeply, they are not looking. The audience are not waiting for another Bahubali. They are waiting for the kind of experience they had in the film, the kind of emotion they felt in the film. That is what they want. But they can't tell you that. They don't have that much of analyzation to tell you that. So they'll simply say, we need another Bahubali. But what people want is the same kind of emotion, the same kind of highs that they got in the film. And again, I'm aware of the kind of expectations the people have. Like I said, I will be banking more on the story, on the characters, and the relationship between the characters, and the emotional highs that we get when we watch the characters. And anyone, any section of audiences that come to the theater, the trailers or your previous track records or the heroes' images, everything will only help us bring them to the theater. The moment they come into the theaters, 2-3 minutes into the film, they will be watching what the film is, not what we did before. Right? So I'll be banking more on my story and my emotions rather than my previous track record.
Also, sir, there was a time in the 80s and up till the early 90s, we did see this kind of pan-India cinema, which it has now become a regular world. The word didn't exist back then. There was like Giraftar, where Amitabh Bachchan, Rajnikant, Kamal Hassan came together. There was Anda Kanun. There was Pratibandh with Charan sir and Juhi Chawla. Looking back, do you think so that you are starting that trend again of getting all these big stars of different industries together and making that thing again?
Yeah, see, first of all, I believe, if I told that many times before, if you believe on your core storytelling, you don't need to worry about languages. No, whether it is Telugu, Tamil, South, Hindi, Northeastern, it doesn't matter, because the language is just a medium of communication. What is actually communicating to the people is the story that we are telling. Words are just small bridges. The visuals are in cinema, the visual is what tells you the story. And the language doesn't matter. When the language doesn't matter, you are banking on which is the best actor to suit the role. For example, I have the character played by Ajay sir. No, I didn't approach him because I have a relationship with him. I didn't approach him because, okay, I have a Tarak and Charan from Tamil and we have Ajay sir from the north, then it will have a big, nice commercial combination. That is not how I approach it. When we are writing the character, we think, who has the image that can carry this role? The immediate name that propped up in all our story department is Ajay Devgn. No, I immediately called him and said, sir, I need 15 minutes of your time. No, and I narrated him his role. the first answer, the first question he asked me is, when do you need my dates? You know? So when things fall in place, they fall in place that way, when you approach it in the right way. Of course, commercials are important to everyone, but if your story leads your way, then everything will fall into place.
And one last small question to Jr NTR, sir, because this is the first time. Big fan. Ajay Lava Kusa, Janata Garage are two of my favorite movies.
Thank you so much.
So I just wanted to ask, when you're doing a Rajamouli film, people know that you have to not dedicate dates, you have to dedicate years to that movie. It is
Basically dedicating your whole lifetime.
Yes. So between Aravinda Sameta and then now this is coming RRR, how many movies that you were offered and you had to let it go by because you know this is too special?
I was offered only one movie, Triple R. Do you think even someone would even dare come up and ask for your dates when Rajamouli is doing a movie? Impossible.
Somebody may have guts.
नहीं वैसा नहीं होता है यार. You know, it's like you just have to. I mean, नहीं. You know, this doesn't happen in our industry when you're working for a movie with Jakana. You're there. You know you're in there for a long time, and you have to accept it. The sooner you accept, the better it is.
Alia ji, on your left. Hi. On your left. Hi. आलिया जी, आजकल का जो सबसे ट्रेंडिंग अल्फाबेट है वो है R. So आपकी भी लाइफ में एक बहुत बड़े R हैं, तो आप मानती हैं कि R बहुत लकी फैक्टर है आपके लिए?
I'm stumped. मेरे पास जवाब नहीं है. I'm trying to be intelligent right now. I don't have a good answer. G. R is a lovely alphabet, but so is A. Should I tell them the true story? So actually story बहुत interesting है, because I bumped into Rajamouli sir at the airport. He was just coming back from something, and I was going to Hyderabad for a shoot, and I said, "Sir, I want to work with you." And he said, you know, he was very gracious, said, "Yes, I would love to work with you as well." I said, "Sir, I'll do anything. Just give me a part in your film. I want to work with you." It was a casual meeting. We just, you know, it just happened. And at the end of that, he said, "Actually, I do have something, but I'm not sure. I wasn't sure whether I should approach you. I'm not sure about your timeline." And I said, I couldn't believe my luck, firstly. I couldn't believe that there was actually something for me. I said, "Sir, whatever it is, I'll come, I'll meet you." And then, of course, it became more legitimate. We did a Zoom call. Then I went to Hyderabad, and sir took me through the, you know, the film. And as I said, I would do, you know, walk-on part on sir's film, because just being a part of his vision and his cinema is, like I said, a dream come true for me. But my reaction was purely like, and he was speaking about the character earlier. He said, "It's very important for me that you match the character, because Sita is very, very loved. And the representation of, you know, the way you portray her on screen, your look, the way you speak, your energy, everything has to be up to the mark, because, you know, I have to live up to the audience's visualization and characterization that they already have of her." So I took that very, very seriously, and I worked for a year on my lines. I said, "So I won't let you down." I think the most scary part was I had to speak in Telugu. I think I managed eventually.
हेलो मेरा सवाल योर लेफ्ट मेरा सवाल अजय सर, आलिया मैम और एनटीआर सर तीनों से है. राहुल हियर फ्रॉम द फिल्मी चर्चा. क्रांतिकारियों की कुर्बानी की बात करें तो हम आम इंसान बस देखते हैं, सुनते हैं, किताबों में पढ़े हैं, लेकिन आपके लिए बहुत गर्व की बात है कि आप लोग उस कहानी के हिस्सा बने हैं और ऑन स्क्रीन कैरेक्टर प्ले कर रहे हैं, उस किरदार का हिस्सा हैं आप. तो हम लोग महसूस नहीं कर सकते, क्या आप लोग कुछ फील करते हैं उनकी कुर्बानी, उनकी लड़ाई और इसकी प्ले करते वक्त कुछ ऐसा? तीनों बारी बारी से आंसर.
कुछ कैरेक्टर्स ऐसे होते हैं जब आप बहुत कुछ महसूस करते हैं. मुझे याद है कि एक ऐसा कैरेक्टर जो मैंने प्ले किया था, जो मैंने बहुत ज़्यादा महसूस किया था, उनका नाम था भगत सिंह. क्योंकि उनकी जब हम कहानियाँ सुनते थे कि वो जो फिल्म में था वो तो ठीक है, जो असली ज़िंदगी में भी वो क्या थे, उनके आई थिंक 90 से ऊपर की उम्र के भाई हमारे सेट पे आया करते थे और वो जब कहानियाँ सुनाते थे तो आपका पूरा थॉट प्रोसेस आपकी ऐसे लगता है कि अगर 6 महीने और शूटिंग चलती तो आप एज ए ह्यूमन बीइंग बदल जाते, मतलब कि इतना फ़र्क पड़ता है कई बार.
हेलो हेलो राजमौली गारू.
One second, sir. I'll come to you.
Well, I have done a film called Razi where I played character of an unsung hero, and I think I completely agree with Ajay sir that अगर आप 6 महीने और या 3 महीने और 1 महीने और you live that character, you really feel, because हम imagine नहीं कर सकते हैं what they have to do, what they go through, and how they put their lives at stake, for the country and for their people. हम imagine भी नहीं कर सकते हैं. So living through the beats of the character and the psychology and what they go through is just a small part of it. उन्होंने वो actually गुजरे उससे. So of course the I would not say the awe and the appreciation and that the unimaginable gratitude that we feel, ये सिर्फ शब्द है जो actually गुजरते, especially the families, that understand them and support them. It's another world altogether. So I think, जैसे I said, हम जितना भी कहे वो कम होगा.
I didn't get your name. Rahul. Brother, कुछ characters ऐसे होते हैं कि पैदाशी से जब we've heard their stories. हम उनकी कहानियां सुन के बड़े हुए हैं. तो जब ऐसे कैरेक्टर्स करने के लिए when you have an opportunity, हम बस मेमोरी लेन में चले जाते हैं और बस you start remembering those stories, and somewhere you feel that you really don't need to work hard for it, क्योंकि तुम्हारी जिंदगी के ऑलरेडी वो हिस्सा बन चुके हैं. So you're playing yourself there. You're not playing some character. So these are the freedom fighters. These are the great people who've become a part of your life already. So you're playing yourself.
Alia?
So there wasn't a special effort for this. And of course, when you have a director like Rajamouli, who is ready to guide you, it becomes very easy. I'm trying here. If there's no, but if there are any mistakes, please. I'm ready to accept it. But thank you.
Alia, hi, this is Vinamru from Midday. So my question to you is that when you were finalized to play the character of Sita, as an actor, what were your emotions like on the first day of the shoot and the last day of the shoot?
Emotions? I was very excited, but I was also very nervous because it's an unknown language. I mean, I know the language, I've studied, and I've gone through my part, I've rattoed it, I'm sitting every day with my coach, and I'm going through it. But at the end of the day, I think maybe in Hindi or English, I don't think in Telugu, but I was very nervous because I wanted to portray the line, give the right pauses, But once I went on set, I realized that Sir had done everything for me. It was literally, I would not say, he made it so much easier because he's so clear exactly what he wants, every line, every shot, every emotion. And then I was just observing. Then I was literally like an audience and, watching him. He would also perform it in front of the camera and he would do this, and I would try and imitate him and do the same thing. So the emotions were excitement to get it right. And of course, once it was done, I was quite sad when I experienced with Sir's over, but hopefully I'll have another one.
Hello, Rajamouli garu. Thank you so much, sir. Malli ikkadiki vachinanduku. NTR annagaru, thank you so much, sir. Mumbai ki vachinanduku. Na question ఏంటంటే మీ అన్నగారు NTR అన్నగారు మీకు బిగ్గెస్ట్ డిఫికల్టీ ఎప్పుడు అనిపించింది సార్ షూటింగ్ లోన, అంటే RRR షూటింగ్ లోన?
Okay, his question was...
I understood the question. What was the biggest difficulty while shooting the film RRR? I've understood. Let me tell you, on set, before you answer that question, NTR and Charan were always talking to each other in Telugu, in front of me. And I was always looking like one tennis ball, left, right, center, waiting for somebody to translate it to me. Now I'll start translating.
No way.
Yeah.
No.
Y'all were
There were
always
so many times we really felt that, we should not talk in Telugu and make sure we speak in English or Hindi so that Alia understands what we're talking about.
No, y'all were purposely
Like
trying to
that,
trouble.
maybe we were rehearsing our lines or dialogues or whatever. But yeah, every part of shooting for Triple R was really demanded a lot from us as actors, as individuals. We really had to put in our heart and soul for it, because that man there has put in that much of belief in us, so we'll have to deliver it. We had to. So every part of shooting for Triple R was really difficult, especially the action sequences were, oh my God, they were torturous.
Sir,
Thank
yeah.
you so much, sir.
Who's your left? Sir? Yeah.
Just a sec.
Sir.
He wants to complete. Just a sec.
Okay, okay.
I'll come to you.
Sir.
Please.
సార్ మేము మిస్ అవుతున్నాం సార్ రామ్ చరణ్ గారు ఇక్కడ రాలేనందుకు
మేము కూడా చాలా మిస్ అవుతున్నాం అక్కడ దెర్ వాజ్ అ పూజ సడన్ పూజ ఇన్ ద వెడ్డింగ్ సెరమనీ విచ్ హీ హ్యాడ్ టు అటెండ్ టు సో we really tried until the last minute to bring him in, but you know how the pujaris are, you know, so yeah.
मैम
We have to
आलिया
obey
भट्ट जी
them.
मैम एक डायलॉग तेलुगु में बोल सकते हो क्या एनटीआर सर ने अभी
No, హైదరాబాద్ వచ్చినప్పుడు తెలుగులో మాట్లాడదాం.
Thank you so much. Yes, please.
Next, please.
Yeah. Sir, NTR, sir.
Yes.
So, basically, the hook step what we are saying currently, Natu, Natu, Nachu. The step has been very much famous in like short period of time. There has been more than 10,000 like, reels are saying up. There are more hits on it where you see more 10 lakhs of views and likes are there on your completely one that hook step in very short period of time. I just want to know how much time it took for you to practice that and the bond, which because that's quite a kind of tuning with the step. Was it so easy or tough?
It was actually a very easy step. I'm not trying to tell you it's a very tough step. A very easy step, yeah. Just 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and that's it. It's it's actually very easy. But I don't know. It's him who's made it feel very tough. we were because of the pandemic, we couldn't shoot here in India. So he took us all the way to Kiev in Ukraine and tortured us there. I mean, 18 takes for that step. Purely because he wanted us to, he would sit in front of the monitor and step freeze the step so that the coordination, the sync between me and Charan is like on dot. I mean, how can you do it? I went up to him and said, see, both of us have different styles of dancing. So as a director, bring that style together. He's like, no. I said, it is my style.
Because it was Rajamouli sir's style, na? It was his
Yeah,
idea.
absolutely. So every day, well, I don't know, yeah. Even the weather was so, like we were very unlucky. The sun would set at 8 in the night and would rise at 6 in the morning. So 8 ke baad, 9 baje tak, he would make us go through the rehearsal. Again, start off at 6 in the morning. So I was like, why did we do these rehearsals when you're automatically, any which way is going to take 20 takes there?
Okay, Rajmouli
It
sir,
was
one more
torturous.
question. Okay, Rajmouli sir, one more question to you. Sir, Rajmouli sir, yeah, one more question.
I'll come to you.
Sir, you have done a movie like Magadir, and like Rajamouli sir, yeah.
Okay.
Magadir,
Magadhira,
Bahubali,
yeah.
which were like a great hit in South and which were accepted worldwide currently. And now you have come up with RRR, which is a great combination of Bollywood and South combination together. So is it a new trend going to be in future where we can see more of Bollywood and South actors collaborating together and seeing such kind of movie?
Yeah, I think so. It is just a mental block that North actors have to act only in Hindi films and South actors have to act only in the South Indian languages. It's just a mental block. At the end of, see, why we cast them is because they are great actors. And acting doesn't have a language. So it is just a mental block that we have. Once we remove the mental block, then we have a big array of actors whom you can approach and say, see, this is the kind of character that we have. Are you interested? And I'm not an actor, but I'm pretty sure all of them want to do challenging characters. So if they have more directors approaching from different languages and so showing them, asking them, this is the kind of character I have written for you, I think they also will be very interested. I think, yes, in future you will be seeing more collaborations in languages.
Hi, this is Sarita Singh.
नहीं जैसे कि कह रहे हैं आई थिंक कल को कुछ भी हो सकता है. हम सब अच्छे लोग, अच्छे टेक्नीशियंस, अच्छा काम करना चाहते हैं सब मिलके. और अगर दो एनर्जीज और ये साथ में मिलके अगर बहुत अच्छा काम कर सकती हैं तो व्हाई नॉट.
Hi, this. Hi.
Frankly, I didn't receive any offers from Hollywood, but whether, see, like I said, I want to make Indian films, whether it's Hollywood or whatever. I would like to make Indian films, even if I get an offer from some other industry. I would want to make an Indian film, Indian story, and present it to them. Wow. That's how I want to.
Hi, this is Sarita Singh from FIFA Poos, Rajamouli sir and entire team. First of all, thank you so much for this wonderful trailer. Each frame of it is sure treat to watch. I'm just waiting. मेरा सवाल अजय देवगन और NTR से है कि आप दोनों बहुत बड़े सुपरस्टार्स हो. दोनों का अपना एक ऑरा है, दोनों का अपना एक स्टाइल है. आप दोनों का एक दूसरे के साथ काम करने का एक्सपीरियंस कैसा रहा? और साथ ही साथ मैं चाहूंगी कि अजय देवगन आता माजी सटकली बोले और NTR जी उसे कॉपी करें और ये एक परफेक्ट कॉम्बिनेशन होगा जब फैंस जाकर के आप दोनों को साथ में देखेंगे.
First of all, I would just like to tell you something.
Don't tell anything. Please.
I mean, it's please do not even compare me with Ajay sir for his seniority, for a man he is. We were kids. We grew up watching his films, and he was our very own action superstar then and even now. So I still remember his entry in Phul Aur Khante, where he was standing on top of a bike, and I was like, yaar, aisa kaise ho sakta hai, yaar, can I do it? And my mom was like, no. This is movie and it happens only in movies. This doesn't happen in real life. I mean, like, see, I've watched my grandfather's films, my uncle's films. We've watched a lot of films. But that entry for me was like crazy. So please, when I worked with him, with Ajay sir, it was like working with a guru. I mean, like we didn't have the opportunity to share screen space with him, but the small opportunity I had to go and like visit the sets when he was working, it really felt very, it was, I cherished it a lot. Seeing such a gentleman and that's about it for me. That's my feeling.
जैसा कि इन्होंने कहा, anyways, thank you for making me feel so old.
No, I was expecting that.
But हाँ, हमारा काम स्क्रीन पे हम साथ में नहीं है फिल्म में, but शूटिंग के वक्त इन्होंने विजिट किया था, and it was we had a great time. We had lunch together, and it was lovely.
आता माजी सटकली.
साथ में नहीं, I'll say you repeat. आता माजी सटकली. I did this.
आता माजी सटकली. That's from Singham, right?
ठीक है. जयंती सर here. बैकअप के लिए खड़े रहना, क्या कहना चाहेंगे आप? और जिस तरह का रेस्पॉन्स आज मिल रहा है ट्रेलर को, डू यू थिंक हाफ द बैटल इज वॉन?
सबसे पहले तो राजामौली जी की फिल्म मतलब सोचना ही नहीं था, लेकिन जैसे इन्होंने बोला लैंग्वेज और बैरियर नहीं होता, मेरे साथ बहुत हुआ, क्योंकि धनया जी प्रोड्यूसर हैं और इनको हिंदी नहीं आती, मुझे इंग्लिश नहीं आती. तो मतलब हम लोग नंबर पे ही पेपर पे लिखते थे और एक दूसरे को समझते थे कि हम राजामौली जी तक कैसे भी करके कन्विंस करके ये मुझे इस फिल्म का हिस्सा बनाएंगे. तो मुझे कोई ऐसा ये नहीं था कि और दूसरा इनकी फिल्म जो हमें हमारे पार्टनर हैं संजय जी, अमिताभ जी, जो डिस्ट्रीब्यूशन कर रहे हैं पेन मरुधर, और हम लोग की टीम ये पहली फिल्म होगी जो हर प्लेटफॉर्म पे देखने मिलेगी. कभी पार्टनरशिप नहीं होती कि जी पे आने वाली फिल्म स्टार पे नहीं दिखती, तो ये पहली फिल्म होगी कि जो हर प्लेटफॉर्म पे देखने मिलेगी.
मेरा
दो आखिरी सवाल लेंगे।
हाँ मैं प्लीज एनटीआर थैंक यू सो मच जो आपने अजय सर के लिए कहा और हम सब उस बात से इत्तेफाक करते हैं और एग्री करते हैं। इज वन ऑफ द फैंटास्टिक एक्टर वी हैव इन द इंडस्ट्री। राजामौली सर आपसे पूछना चाहूंगा, बहुत सुल्तान मिर्जा, मलिक, अनगिनत किरदार, आप खाली अजय देवगन का नाम डालिए और आपको लगेगा जहन में दुनिया भर के किरदार आ जाएंगे। ट्रेलर वाकई में बहुत बढ़िया है, लेकिन फिर भी मुझे लगा कि अजय सर जब बहुत कम आए हैं वो दुखता है कहीं। कोई इंटेंशनल करा है आपने कि सरप्राइज पैकेज होगा, इस वजह से रखा है ऐसा?
It is not the duration that matters. It is the impact that matters.
Alia, what's your take on this? Impact is matter.
I agree. I do, no, and I'm not genuine. I genuinely mean it. I think it's what effect you have on the storyline of the film. You know, and sometimes you don't need, एक look ही कर जाता है, एक dialogue ही कर जाता है. It's the way you are presented, and that one moment or those two moments or whatever, doesn't matter. It's how you fit in the storyline. So I feel कि big, small, duration, वो सब, that's just, coffee table conversation. That doesn't matter.
अजय सर अगर आप कुछ कहना चाहें।
नहीं बिल्कुल, कहानी के लिए कितना ज़रूरी है वो किरदार। कई कैरेक्टर्स 2 मिनट, 5 मिनट, 10 मिनट, 15 मिनट या आधा घंटा, जितनी भी देर के लिए स्क्रीन पे होते हैं। बट आप सोचते कई बार कास्टिंग करते वक्त कि अगर मैं अपने कैरेक्टर की बात नहीं कर रहा हूँ, जनरली कुछ कैरेक्टर्स इतने इंपॉर्टेंट होते हैं कहानी के बेस के लिए कि आपको उसमें ऐसा कोई इंसान चाहिए होता है जो एक इम्पैक्ट छोड़ के जाए। तो कई बार हम ऐसे बहुत सारे एक्टर्स के पास जाते हैं कि यार इट्स नॉट द लेंथ, लेकिन ये कर दो बिकॉज इट्स वेरी इंपॉर्टेंट फॉर द फिल्म, और वो सब समझते हैं और उस हिसाब से करते हैं। तो बेसिकली लेंथ की बात नहीं है, वो कैरेक्टर कहानी के लिए कितना ज़रूरी है वो ज़्यादा इंपॉर्टेंट है।
Alright, so
एक सवाल
जी जी जी
जयंती भाई, आपसे एक सवाल है कि अक्सर ये कहा जाता है कि हमारी फिल्म इंडस्ट्री, लेकिन इस फिल्म इंडस्ट्री का हम भी हिस्सा है। अगर थिएटर्स में फिल्म नहीं चलती हैं तो हमारे लिए भी बहुत नुकसान होता है, हम किसके लिए लिखेंगे? तो मेरा सवाल आपसे ये है कि जिस तरह से सूर्यवंशी के बाद ये आस हमारी थोड़ी सी कम हो गई थी, वो इस फिल्म के साथ कितनी ज़्यादा होगी? क्योंकि सूर्यवंशी का जो अनुमान लगाया गया था उससे कहीं ज़्यादा उसने बिजनेस किया। तो ये जो RRR है उसका आप क्या सोचते हैं?
ये इतनी बड़ी फिल्म है, ये बोल सकते हैं कि जो हमारा पुराना ज़माना था ये फिल्म से वापस आएगा कि और ये फिल्म के लिए डिजिटल वालों ने भी एग्री किया है कि 75 to 90 डेज तक ये टेलीकास्ट नहीं करेंगे। इसका मतलब ये इतनी बड़ी फिल्म चलने वाली है। बाकी अभी सब फिल्में 30 डेज़ के लिए वो निगोशिएट करते हैं। ये पहली फिल्म है जो 75 to 90 डेज़ के बाद ही आएगी, तो लोग थिएटर में ही देखेंगे ये।
Thank you so much. Justin, one last thing. Yeah.
Alia, Justin here from PTI towards you, right? Hi. Alia, when RRR and Gangubai were supposed to sort of come together almost, as an actor, were you worried? What was the mental space like when two massive films were scheduled to release together?
Well, I think I am somebody who's very trusting of my directors and producers, and that's the reason they are who they are. S.S. Rajamouli is who he is because of his mind. Sanjay Leela Bhansali is who he is because of his mind and his, understanding of cinema. So it's nothing for me to worry. Even in that moment, I was like, kya hoga? It will be Alia versus Alia, Ajay versus Ajay. Because Ajay sir's in that film as well. But eventually, it's not happening that way. Gangubai is releasing on the 18th of February, and we're all happy. Jayantilal Bhai is also part of the both films.
इसमें आलिया जी का बहुत अच्छा रोल है। ये बोल सकते हैं इन्होंने डेट शिफ्ट करवाई।
नहीं मैंने कुछ नहीं किया। Whatever's done is handled by the producers and the directors, and I am just follow. मैं तो बस actor हूँ। आप मेरे को यहाँ बिठाओ, I'll do what you tell me to do.
Right. Thank you.
Thank you so much, ladies and gentlemen. एक बार जोरदार तालियां हो जाएं for this amazing crew of RRR, and yes, we'll have a quick photo op. Yeah.
It's a huge privilege to have Mr. S.S. Rajamouli, Tarak and Charan with us. Their film RRR is coming on 7th January, and as Salman Khan has rightly said, बहुत महीनों तक कोई और फिल्म को नहीं आना चाहिए थिएटर में. Pleasure having you guys with us on Bollywood Hungama.
Thank you.
So Mr. Khan believes that no film should be coming post 7th January. So what are your thoughts?
No, that's a way of Salman Bhai being the Bhaijan. That's way of expressing his love.
Right.
But for sure, we would want the film to run as long as he has blessed us.
Right.
And so lot more people can enjoy the film.
But the way Bahubali has responded, the way the crowd has, the people have responded from all across the country. So I think he has a valid point. Because it ran for months.
Yes.
People did not
yes,
bother.
It did. I mean, I can't be boisterous myself, and I can't talk big things about how my film is going to do. I can talk big things about my film, how it is made, how it is being presented to the audiences, but I can't boast about my film's numbers. I can't do that.
Yeah, I think that's the beauty of your personality, sir. All right, and Charan and Tarak, you guys, I think, are sharing this beautiful bond in the film, and you share a wonderful off-screen bond as well. Alia Bhatt has been telling a lot of stories about that, but you guys talking more in Telugu than English with her. So, what brings you guys together, and you have this wonderful bond together?
I don't know. I think it's just our personalities. It was even before RRR. We've been good friends. We've been great friends. We've been, as you mentioned, off screen. It's just, I don't know. When two people meet, it's. I don't find a reason they shouldn't, or maybe you should pick up a reason because why we are friends. We're friends. We've loved each other's company. We've liked being with each other, spending time with each other, sharing things, having this bond.
Right.
I don't know. It's probably nature's own idea, plan to get us together.
I mean, relationships happen, and I can't evaluate how it happened, why it happened. But after a while, after a couple of years of our friendship, we think why we like each other. I think.
Should we say it's because of RRR, maybe?
No, I don't like you because of RRR. I like you without RRR also.
Maybe we got together years.
I think there are things which my personality, what I have and what I don't have sometimes in my personality, maybe I seek in others.
Yeah.
You're a shy person inherently.
I'm not shy.
No, he's not shy.
I'm just quite
reserved.
Little reserved. And probably I seek the opposite in the others when.
See, when you're an introvert.
Yeah, you would see.
Like poles repel, unlike poles attract.
Extroverts come.
Simple physics.
If two people are introvert, you will not have a conversation. The room will be so dull. Of course. So in my conversations with him, in many nights, it's so lively. And there is one guy who talks, there's one guy who listens. That's a dialogue. Right. Otherwise, there will be nothing for us to do.
It's just our personalities which we like in each other. The opposite always attracts you.
It's yin and yang.
Okay, there are two questions which are the most talked about right now. One is, what is the opening day of RRR going to be? And the second question is that when you were conversing in Telugu and Alia Bhatt was present, what really was happening? And what really were you talking in Telugu?
What were we talking?
Yes. Those are the two questions.
The first one, talking about the openings of RRR.
Right.
Well, I'm not a good mathematician. I'm an actor. So I leave it to him to decide what his expectations are. The bigger, the happier. Why not? And mostly for us as actors, I think it's the verdict from the audiences that how we have performed as our characters, which were assigned to us as Ram or Bhim. That's very important for us. Have we given our 100% to his vision? We would like to hear that from the audiences. And yes, the bigger the number, the happier we are, the happier he is.
Right.
Well, that's always there. And coming to what we were speaking in Telugu.
Conversation.
Yeah. So nothing much. We were translating.
Also, we met after a long time on the day we were shooting with Alia. So we were kind of catching up.
So we were also kind of catching up. Nothing more than that. And
it just so happened that she was in between.
Because she's of the opinion that otherwise, when she was there and you were there, you were quiet. And when he came, you were a different person.
Did you speak to Alia? Did you speak to Alia
I've
about
seen
what?
the promo
No, but
launch.
no, but you have to speak to her because I think she just
we
made a
were
prank.
hoping-
She just didn't mean to say what probably she said or no. We were talking
We were
in
very
front
nice
of her. We
to
were
her.
very nice to her.
We did
Obviously.
speak to her in Hindi.
Yes,
we
of course.
tried our Hindi
and
with her.
nothing hanky panky. We didn't speak any hanky panky about whatever. So we were just. It's been a
Just
while. We
general
caught up
stuff.
and it's general. And in general, you know, I'll tell you. See, working for a film like RRR is very intense. You know, and any movie in that matter, you know, you really are very serious, work driven
Into that day's work, yeah.
while you're making movies. Especially for RRR, it was very intense. Like hardly we had scope of really, you know, having this very enjoying moment. If I may, if he permits, I'm just giving like a spoiler out. Very few moments where you're like happy and all, but it's an intense film. It's an action drama. So for me, when it's so intense, I really can't handle it because I'm very intense as well for me. So I just need to have this.
We need to keep breaking the ice.
Unwind.
once
Yeah,
in a while.
I just need to have this
Kind of.
burst of laughter, you know, laughter here and there. Otherwise, things get very serious for me, and I can't handle it.
Right. And Rajamouli sir, you are this extremely quiet and serene person. But
I'm
when
sorry?
it comes,
I'm sorry,
serene.
और उसके पहले sir?
Quiet.
No, I'm just.
It's fine. So, but you know, we also came to know that when it comes to retakes, there is no way out. So you have to take like 15, 20 takes. But when I saw the synchronization of their legs and their steps, I think it was worth it because it's truly outstanding that synchronization between the two legs of both of them. But still, you're a tough taskmaster when it comes to getting what you want.
I mean, I don't enjoy doing retakes. I'll be very happy if the actors give me what I want in the first take itself, so then we can move on. I'll be very. It's not like okay, let's do 20 takes or something. But if, as you are mentioning, I think that is the only sequence, the dance sequence of Nacho Nacho, where they had to do a lot of retakes. Otherwise, hardly 4 or 5 takes for each shot.
It was not because we were not dancing well. It was because we were not synchronizing well. And you know, I remember this, and I really didn't expect it. It wasn't like a big, difficult step which we did. It was a very, very, very simple step. Very simple. And I was, you know, when we were doing for, I understand synchronization, but for him, he was very particular about it. I never understood. Yeah, you know, thoda bahut when two people have different styles of dancing, thoda bahut haath, pair, yahan, wahan jayega, yaar. You know, it's all right. But for him, he was very particular. And when the song released, it was a rage, and everybody were only talking about the synchronization. I called him up and I said, how do you do this? I've known you from 20 years. How do you know what the audience will reciprocate? How do you know that they will reciprocate the way you expect them to reciprocate? How does this happen?
No, actually, I'm not thinking of the audience at that point of time. I'm just thinking of myself. I want to see them in a perfect sync, and I was trying for that.
And then how is that the audience will pick only that?
Right.
And how is it the audience only talk about sync?
That's why he is who he is, I guess.
Of course. So, I just came over here some time back and someone asked me that, honestly, bataiye, what did you think of the promo? So I said that you know, when it's a Rajamouli film, so obviously the spectacle is something, it is a given. But what is it, something that attracts to me is the emotional quotient that he brings to the table. Because ultimately, when you're in theatre, it is the emotional quotient that will bind you together and you'll stay for that journey of the film. How important is that emotional quotient tugging at the heartstrings of your audience? How important is that for you, and what is your process like?
That's the main thing. That's the basement. That's the pillar. That is what I like. That is what the audiences like. Some might like it consciously. Some might like it subconsciously. But the way the audience connect to a good story is because of the emotions that are in there. The spectacles, the visual extravaganza, the fights, the dances, everything works well when their source is emotion. I mean, we are talking about Nacho Nacho. Even in a mass number like Nacho Nacho, I just don't keep it for the sake of, okay, we have two good dancers, let's have a dance number. There is something subconsciously I tell the audience, the way they are syncing together means that they will do something more later. No? So this sync establishes to the audiences that what they are doing next is possible because they are so much in sync. And again, the Nacha Nacha itself, there is an emotion running, even in an emotion, mass number, there is an emotional emotion running underneath. So emotion is everything for me.
That's amazing. Okay, now when you're working in a film with Mr. Rajamouli, and you know that there are going to be some brilliant VFX that will be added on later. There will be a new world that will be created later on. What is your thought process like while you are just conceptualizing the scene in your head once it has been told to you by the writers, by the director, so that how important is that final picture for you to imagine that final picture?
So if there's a requirement that we need to know from the director that this is happening in the back and the premise and the structures or the drama behind us, he will definitely tell us. But when we hear the scene or hear the dialogues or what we have to do, it is exactly to that point. I mean, we don't need to know too much also, which is unnecessary for us. Because as two characters, we are dealing with each other right here, facing each other. We are not dealing with what is happening behind, unless there is a requirement that we need to be aware of. Part of the scene, the structures that are coming, the blasts that are happening, or whatever sir has imagined. Definitely, if there is a requirement, we think about all of that put together for the big screen when you see the final.
Right.
Otherwise, I stick to what is required and for me to know to finish the scene.
Right. What is your process?
He doesn't overburden the actor. As Charan said, if you need to know, you will know. If it's not related to the actor himself or themselves, he will not involve them into that. That's his way of dealing with them. Like, matlab, if you're talking only about VFX, you get into his head, you don't know what's there. There's only blue there. Like, you're working against the chroma. You just have a blue mat, a blue sheet around you. Now, he will tell you if he really feels that there is a necessity, this is happening here, this is going to be here, this is going to be there, this is how it's going to be like. But he will never overburden you. Because if it's not something you don't need to know, he will not. But having said this, again, the problem is sometimes, after the whole product is done, you still want to see it. Nope. He will not show you that. We crave for it. Can we see this? He was like, no, work is still under progress. Wait, I will, but not now. So, even to his actors, he does not want to show a product he is not happy with.
Wow.
He does not want to.
No, but
come whatever may,
for
he
months
says,
together, we didn't see the Nacho Nacho song.
Nacho Nacho song.
After
He says,
5-6 months after we shot,
edit
it
room
came
का
back.
sound ठीक नहीं है. वो speakers have cracked. नहीं TV सीधा नहीं है. TV का picture tube खराब हो गया.
Even in these complaints, there is love for you and respect for you. All right, so we're in a very interesting phase right now. That the big screen is obviously there now. The web shows they're coming up as well, and the entire consumption of content is changing as well. What are your views on this? And can we see you maybe directing like a massive web show or something? Is that something that you would want to do?
I mean, I keep myself open to everything. I don't restrict myself to something.
Yeah.
For me, whatever it is, whether directing a show for theatre, making a big film, making a small film, making a web series, maybe doing a stage show in future. No, it is not the platform that attracts me. It is the story that makes me move towards it. If there is a story which is good, the best of the story I can extract from a web series, then I'll make a web series. Now, it is not the other way around. Can I have a nice financial deal with the OTT platform? Let's go make a web series. That's not how I operate.
No, of course.
The story drives me towards the way I make the product and the way I present it.
long format is something that you're open to.
Yes,
If
I'm
there
open
is-
to
if there is,
everything.
We'll end this interview with a rapid fire with the three of you, and we have something for you. You're three wonderful, nice people, but if you can please, one of you will be getting this
Okay.
wonderful
Oh,
speaker.
okay. If we win the rapid
If you win the
fire.
rapid fire.
Yeah, so
Oh,
you'll
wow.
win this wonderful
Let's get up.
speaker.
Okay.
Okay.
So I'll put it in, and I'll start with Tarak because I feel that he will set the bar in a way because of his gregarious nature. All right, so rapid fire with Tarak. Something you think only S.S. Rajamouli can do and no other director can do.
Combine everyone together. Get everyone onto one platform, which is that's what he did.
All right.
Bring people together.
What was the biggest challenge while doing RRR?
Trying to view the same vision he had.
All right.
Trying to see that.
A quality of Alia Bhatt that absolutely fascinated you.
Potential. She knows what her potential is. She knows her potential and she works for it and she will drive herself for it.
Right. No, absolutely. What is the easiest way to upset S.S. Rajamouli?
Not concentrate. Not listen to him.
What is the most significant change you've noticed in the last 5 years of Telugu cinema?
Growth. Beyond boundaries, beyond expectations.
Of course. Of course. If you were to make a list of your top 5 best performances, which 3 performances you'll definitely put in that list? If you can remove RRR for the time.
Oh, you want me to remove RRR?
Yeah, because...
Temper, Janta Garage, Jail of Kusha.
Others, man.
Others. Sorry. Others. So fine. Yeah, so the point goes to him. Others, Temper and Jail of Kusha.
A Hindi song that can make you dance at any point of time.
Any Salman song.
A film of yours you think should be remade in Bollywood.
Jail of Kusha.
What is the craziest thing a fan has done for you that you can never forget?
Everything they've done. I can't fix on one because they keep surprising me.
Right.
So if I pick one now, they'll come up with something tomorrow and I don't want that to happen.
Right.
If I pick up the most craziest incident and I give you an answer now,
Right.
trust me, they will make that look smaller than what they're going to do next. So I don't want to point out on
We
that.
saw that at the event the other day as well. How would you describe following people in one word? Charan,
Golgappa.
Alia Bhatt.
Ban Maska.
He didn't say in food.
No, but I want to.
How would
I'm
you
a food
describe
lover, so I want
following
to.
people in one word, yeah.
Yeah. Golgappa, because you will know the flavor only when you savor it. So till you savor him, you will not understand what.
All right. Okay.
And Alia for me is your staple Ban Maska. Looks very staple, but it's very heartful.
And what about Mr. Rajamouli, if we have?
Biryani, very complicated. Precision. Do not miss steps. Follow the rules. Follow the what do you call it? The
procedure.
Follow the procedure.
That's a Hyderabadi in US.
Yes, absolutely.
Okay. Okay, so I think that was really a good start. Rapid fire with Charan. What is one thing S.S. Rajamouli doesn't at all like on a film set?
Doesn't like.
I take that.
Wait.
You didn't give me time. I'll take that.
There's no time, no?
No, what? It's one word answer. Rapid fire. It's like that.
You did, I think, 100 words minimum. Obviously,
but he picked a word.
Not able to understand his vision is going to really irritate any director. Obviously, for him, wasting time because lakhs of rupees go into one day's shoot, and if I'm not able to get what he's trying to tell me, that will definitely piss him off.
All right.
So it's the same thing. Vision, not understanding.
It's my rapid fire. You wait.
From Magadira to RRR, what is that one change you've observed in S.S. Rajamouli, the director?
He's become into 100. Simple one-word answer. He's become into 100.
Has it ever happened on RRR set that you deliberately talked in Telugu so that Alia doesn't understand what you said?
Never have I ever done that. Hey, no.
You're too busy shooting. How do you know?
Sir, it's my
You're so busy
rapid
taking the
fire.
takes, Jakana.
Yeah.
This is his rapid fire. So it's
Yeah.
we are not, he's the judge, not
I've
you.
seen all the events where Mr. Rajamouli has talked about this.
He's got a soft corner for Alia, not us. What
Yeah,
can I say?
yeah.
Of course, why would I have a soft corner for you? You two guys. I have a soft corner for Alia.
All right. If you could steal any one thing from Tarak, what would that be?
His energy.
What is something that you absolutely admire about Ajay Devgn?
The intensity in his eyes. That's something I want to take back and use it for myself and maybe be really inspired with that.
If S.S. Rajamouli were to star in an action film, which stunt do you think he'll absolutely nail it?
Ben-Hur.
Which stunt? Yeah.
Which stunt? The Ben-Hur, the brain. He loves horses. So that is like an epic episode.
If your film Rangasthalam were to get a Bollywood remake, who do you think should star in it?
Ranveer Singh.
Even with 50% capacity, Allu Arjun's Pushpa is doing wonders in Hindi belt. What does it tell you?
That you should do 100% very soon.
That's what Salman said, I think, at the promo line. At the event.
Yes,
that,
at the event,
it should be made into 100%. All right. An advice given to you by your father that you've been following all your life.
Discipline, discipline, discipline. He never speaks about acting, how to dance, how to perform. Never has he ever told me that. I think the only way you can have a long run in this industry, not only my father, like I look up to Akshay Kumar for the only reason is his discipline. Even in our bad times, if a producer has to call us or a director, I think a disciplined actor has more chances.
That's very well said. Okay. If you bumped into following co-stars of yours today, what would you say to them? Priyanka Chopra.
Long time.
Samantha.
Come back, bigger, stronger.
Okay. Sanjay Dutt.
Oh God, those conversations, they go into wild nights, but the original buy.
Kiara Advani.
Keep it going.
Keep it going.
Keep it going.
All right.
She's doing a good job.
Right. So I think he has done well, Tarak. He has done pretty well.
But can I still get my
we still have the master.
All right.
I'm very bad at rapid for everything. I take so much of time.
Started. Nice.
Rapid fire with perspective. Rapid fire with the SS Rajamouli now. What one thing that changed about India when the British left our country, you wish had not changed?
Nothing. They left for good.
All right. If Tarak and Ram Charan were to have a fist fight, who do you think will win it?
Fist fight, Tarak, because Charan is too sweet.
Can I get my speaker, please?
But he's answering.
Yeah, he's still
What
answering.
answer is that?
One thing about
it'll be a tie.
No, I said you will win because Charan is too sweet to fight with you. Not that I can't hit, I'm just sweet. Yeah. Perfect answer. I think I can get for that answer.
No,
absolutely not.
You are doing very well. You are doing very well, sir. One thing about
okay, now he's given a clue already. He's like, you're doing very well, sir. So he wants to give
no, but I want him to finish well as well. One thing that you know about Tarak and Ram Charan that only you know, and if you can share it with us.
Wow. I want to keep it with myself. I think that's better. That's a good answer. I want to keep it to myself.
A trouble question. Yeah. It's very difficult to say anything about Tarak. Is like he doesn't hide anything. Everything is in open. One thing about Charan is like, in a way, is his answer Golgappa. You keep discovering Charan. You think you understand everything about him, but there is something that not every day, frequently you learn new things about Charan.
You know,
so point उनको नहीं मिलेगा, point मेरा है. गोलगप्पा मेरा है, vision मेरा है. तो 2 mark मुझे already lead पे
was so emotional listening to you. His eyes were almost moist. You know,
but लेकिन हाँ, vision का 1 point मेरा हो गया, गोलगप्पा भी मेरा ही है.
हम लोग बाद में हिसाब कर लेंगे. Your message to all those fans who are expecting a bigger and better film than Bahubali in RRR.
No message. The RRR itself is the answer for that. Whoever expecting the film from me after Bahubali, the RRR itself is the answer. I don't subtext with messages. I don't give messages to people. I just give emotions.
The most common quality between Prabhas and Tarak that you are fascinated with?
Common quality. They are world apart. Common quality. I need to search for a common quality. Their love for food.
Their love for food. Okay.
Yes.
Prabhas I know because he's like a huge biryani person. Yeah. And he likes to prepare as well. He likes to get it cooked at his house and that's what I've heard.
Prabhas gets food cooked. He cooks himself.
He cooks it himself.
He's a terrific cook, but both are absolute food lovers.
All right, that is interesting. What is your definition of a superstar?
Definition of a superstar, when the audience comes to the theaters to see the actor rather than the movie. So that is the difference between actor and a star.
All right, that is he's doing very well. I must tell you that.
Looks like
your most favorite performance of Alia Bhatt apart from RRR? Razi, of course. Any 3 Indian directors who have had a great impact on you?
3 Indian directors. The biggest impact that I had was Mr. K.V. Reddy from Telugu. He had a huge impact on me. Ram Gopal Verma, very big impact on. Who others I can say? I mean, I love Raju sir, but he doesn't impact me
these two directors impact me. Raj Kapoor sir in certain segments.
That's amazing. That's quite a contrasting. What film genre you think you can never adapt to?
Horror.
Horror. You think you can?
I hate it.
But Ram Gopal Verma loves.
Yeah, he loves it. He loves it.
What impressed you the most about Brahmastra?
Brahmastra, the characterization of Shiva, Ranbir, the character of Shiva, the rise of Shiva from a common man, from a boy next door to the level he comes to by the end of the film.
Which celebrity comes to your mind when I say the following quintessential superstar?
Rajinikanth.
Of course, Mr. Perfect.
Perfection, yes. Amir Khan.
Amir Khan.
Yes.
Right, of course. I have a bit of a tough situation because I think all of you have done very well.
No, it's all right.
All of you have done very well.
बस एक को दे दो और दो टुकड़े हो जाएंगे, वो तीन टुकड़े कर लेंगे.
No, of course. But you know, this is something that I think everyone will agree. When Rajamouli sir was speaking, those were like prophetic words. Yeah. Every answer that he gave, like his movies, he was giving a perfect answer. He was thinking it properly and giving it.
I'm not judging your judgmental talents, but please give it to him. But please give it to him.
मुझे ऐसा लगता है. I think Rajamouli.
हाँ ठीक है. आप पहले से ही तैयार हो. You're fixed. नहीं आप fix हो गए कि
नहीं ऐसा nothing of that sort.
Amir, see, perfection. He was still thinking. I said Amir. He was like, yeah, yes. That's my point. Then he was like about Charan. He was like thinking, no, Tarak said Golgappa. And यहाँ हो गया और ये देख रहे थे. हाँ, vision.
But
no, it's okay. Give it to him.
So basically, the way he took it and the way he just nourished it and nurtured it, that was on another level. मुझे ऐसा लगता है. This is something.
Presentation is everything.
I'll see you next time. I'll see you next time. I'll come back for the rapid fire. Then I'm going to.
But there is a catch. We would want you to give the.
All right. You win. I'm happy if the director wins.
Thank you very much, Rajamouli sir, Tarak and Ram Charan. And congratulations and all the best wishes for the movie.
Thank you so much.
Looking forward to it. I'm sure that it's going to be a huge success. Thank you very much.
Thank you, sir.
That's all we have from Bollywood Hungama. Keep on watching.
साइड जाओ भैया हेलो भाई जाने के बाद भी छोड़ना मत स्लो से बोलेगा कितना दोस्त हेलो सर पीछे आ जाइए पीछे अरे यार इनको पहले खड़े हो अरे हटो सामने से हाँ ठीक है, हाइट तो ठीक है। थोड़ा सा पीछे ले लो, थोड़ा सा दादा दादा। दिख रहा है, उल्टा दिख रहा है। सर एक सामने सेंटर 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 अभी भी सेंटर सर इधर दिस साइड सेंटर सेंटर दिस साइड सर चलो चलो अंदर भागो वाओ ग्रेट
NTR Jr सर,
मास्क लगा लो, पकड़ा जाऊंगा।
रामचरण सर, आलिया भट्ट and Mr. Sanjeev Kumar Bijli. Come on everyone, can we make some noise? Perfect. So ladies and gentlemen, finally the wait is over. और सबसे पहले तो मैं आप इन सभी के सामने आप लोगों के यहाँ पर आप लोगों की पेशेंस के लिए, आप लोगों के सब्र के लिए धन्यवाद देना चाहूंगा। थैंक यू सो मच। मैं चाहूंगा एक बारी सभी जितने मीडिया के लोग हैं हमारे प्यारे, एक बारी अपने लिए और हमारे पूरे साकस की जोरदार तालियां। थैंक यू एंड वेलकम टू द PVR सिनेमास। लेडीज एंड जेंटलमैन, आज जैसा कि हम सब जानते हैं कि PVR सिनेमास जो है वो हो चुका है। जैसे एक NFT यहाँ पर आप लोग आगे लॉन्च करने वाले हैं। वी वेलकम देम ऑन द स्टेज। आप लोग के साथ कैमरास भी हाथ में, बट परफेक्ट। So we have
आगे साथ आ जाइए, चल पीछे वो आ रहा है, बोल के लिए।
all right, perfect. We have Chaluji here, Pratibha Priya from PVR, and they're going to represent. मैं दोनों टीम्स को कंग्रेचुलेट करना चाहूंगा, both the teams, RRR team and PVR team। जोरदार तालियों के साथ, ladies and gentlemen, first ever NFT। Wow, what a moment. And with this, one more time, okay, so we have this media opportunity for everybody here, good opportunity. Our team, and we request everyone to please take their seats now. Ladies and gentlemen, इसी के साथ आप लोगों का ज़्यादा समय ना लेते हुए मैं ये माइक देना चाहूँगा, pioneer of Indian cinema.
Double more than that. Thank you so much.
All right, can we have a round of applause, everybody? So congratulating the entire team again, and yes, ladies and gentlemen, India's most legendary director here with us, sir. Thank you so much, and I think.
Good evening, everyone. I think before we start, we are so happy to associate with PVR. We make great films, but we, as a film director, as a filmmaker, we want the audience to experience the film the way we made it, in a particular way. So PVR.
It's a time waste. So this is good, of course, very much different to you. So I really want to know what is your experience working with such great stars, and especially Rajamouli sir.
I was shocked when you paused. This is your first film. Okay.
Yes, I think you can say this is my first South language film. Well, the experience, honestly, for me, I was pinching myself when I learned.
Okay, thank you so much. All the best for the film.
All right. Yes, you're audible. Start with the name.
So you have already shared your experience, your memory. So, what is the most challenging moment while shooting RRR?
Luckily, they have been very good boys, so they behaved very well. And she asked me a question and I'm answering it. I don't know. Okay. You didn't do anything. I gave you a certificate telling you are good boys, okay? Okay, and my most challenging moment, I was continuously telling.
Well, no.
About how I have to control these two? No, the most challenging moment. For me, it was learning Telugu.
Alright, we take some.
Yeah, I'm going to make Tarak answer on my behalf as well. Each and every day of RRR shoot, we were together, so pretty much our experiences have been the same. And Tarak, I mean.
Well, I should say that there were many moments in RRR which were challenging, physically, and we shot for this crazy action sequences there was this action sequence we shot for 65 nights, and but I think even Charan will agree, he's heavy. Satisfied him, because he's one of those directors who will not, I think he's the only director, at least I would believe that there are a few directors who would say, 99.9 is also fine, I'll take it, but he's like, no, I want my 100, you give me my 100, and then you move out of the camera. So that was the most challenging thing for us. Right? Yes, Charan?
Absolutely. Yeah. Next question.
Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Hi, I'm from the Times of India team. First, my question is to Mr. Sanjeev sir. Firstly, congratulations on the PVR and RRR association. My question is in two parts. Firstly,
2 posters and 4 memorabilia from the production house, and duplicated them. We'll have about 300 NFTs. We're not selling them. These are all part of a contest. We're going to be doing a massive contest. The contest date ends, I think, end of March, and the winners will be announced.
For everyone in this room, congratulations, Alia, on a phenomenal performance in Gangubai. I think we can't stop praising you enough. But having said that, we all know that both Bhansali sir's world of cinema and Rajamouli sir's world of cinema has a magnanimity to it. And especially an artist. We have heard it in the past from Ranveer, Deepika, Priyanka, that how involved you are in your characters when it comes to such huge films and what kind of impact it leaves per se. So I need to understand here as an actor, what's your process of moving in and out of characters and how difficult has it been for you perhaps to dwell into such characters?
I don't have a process, and I like my process to change with every film and with every filmmaker that I'm working with, because I, at the end of the day, believe that we are just the clay. That, the filmmaker creates the structure and the film, and we just have to mold into the filmmaker's hands. So I prefer to just go. And whatever the filmmaker wants, whatever the process, whether the filmmaker wants me to sit at home for 3 months and learn my lines, okay. Come on set without learning my lines, okay. Go on some camp and do some research, okay. Whatever the filmmaker wants. So that's my process. And yes, every character has something that I take away from. From Sita's character, I took away a silent strength. A strength that doesn't need to be spoken about or talked about. It's a silent strength which is delicate, which is simple, but it's strength.
That's beautiful. Also, having said that, before I pass on this mic, anything that you've learned in Telugu, if you could just say it for us, we really need to hear that. Any one thing.
Meeku na muddulu.
Thank you. Thank you, Benny. We have the next question.
Hi, I'm Durga from INS. This question is like for all 4 of you. Rajamouli sir, you really opened the floodgates for pan-India films. And a lot of movies followed suit. We have a lot of pan-India films being made now. All 4 of you, how do you see pan-India films changing the game for Indian cinema?
Frankly, I'm not a visionary. I don't have such understanding about how everything works out. For me, it is all about my film and what I can do to make my film reach maximum number of audiences. So over the course of my career, I learned that the more stronger the emotions, more basic the emotions, more people tend to like your movie. So that's what I learned, and that's what I've been doing. And Bahubali just was liked by the entire country. And I think people realize that if they follow the same thing, if they base their story on basic emotions, basic human emotions, they will have a wider reach.
He doesn't start something thinking it should be loved by each and everyone, but it magically somehow in the end becomes that. And the first movie was Bahubali. And all of us are very glad to be part of this, because the floodgates, as you said, has been open to all actors to experience the other Indian directors and other Indian directors from different states to experience us. So there's a huge boundaries that have been erased, and we are very fortunate to be in this era of experiencing other directors and they experiencing us.
So I remember on the first day I was shooting with Tara, and I was on the floor, okay, as per the scene. And Tara had to bend down and pick me up or something like that. He couldn't bend down because his legs were so sore. Because he had done a heavy leg workout, you remember this? And so that's why, my reason to narrate this story is I could tell without them saying how hard these guys have worked on their body. Like he couldn't even bend down, like his legs were so sore. And then we all had a good laugh about it, and then he went down because he had to go.
So, is there like any particular physical routine that you followed, or like an exercise or something?
See, I think, being fit is a very #1 priority for an actor today, right? So yes, for RRR, we really, there were proper, Rajamauli as a director wanted us to look in a particular way. Now how he imagined us to be, his characters wanted to be. So it was challenging, but again, as I said, being fit is the #1 priority for an actor today, in today's world. So we didn't go through this special care in COVID times, and when COVID was happening, everyone needed to be fit also. So that was, it was going on. It was like a routine till RRR was happening, because we had to look in a particular way. So yeah.
Yes, please. Next question.
Sir, hi, RRR team. Very warm welcome to Delhi. So just before you came, first of all, my name is Aishi. I'm from Convertings. Sorry about that. So हम जब ट्रेलर देख रहे थे, so we saw a very small glimpse of Alia in the trailer. So maybe because my cinematic knowledge is not so much clear, so I just want Alia to make it clear what kind of role you are playing in the film.
Okay. Like we have been telling from the beginning, Alia comes as an important character. It's not a full character, it's a cameo. But the character is so important. It's so important because in the film we have two heroes who are like superpowers, who are like fire and water, out to destroy each other if things don't go well. And in between we wanted a soft, fragile looking girl, but who has enough inner strength to control these forces or lead these forces in the proper way. So that's why I wanted Alia to do it. So if you're talking about the length of the character, it is less. But if you're talking about the importance of the character, it is very high.
Thank you, ma'am. Thank you.
Okay, thank you. So this is sir, like he's playing a tribal leader role, sir. Like, have you ever went to those tribals and spoke to them about their culture?
No, we didn't need to actually go into a tribal village and meet the tribals to actually get into this role. As Rajamouli always said, that it's just the character he's taken, but everything around the character is fiction. So it was, for us, it was his inputs as a director, what he wanted us to be and how he wanted us to fit into his character of Hungama.
So we really didn't need to actually get into all those workshops. We just had like a day or two days of workshop. That's it. He just explained the characters and this is what we want. I want that. Then you guys.
हाय हेलो
नमस्कार
नॉन फिक्शन सब्जेक्ट पर एक ऐसी फिल्म बनाएंगे जो देशभक्ति से रिलेटेड हो.
There are so many things, whether I want to make a small budget film, whether I want to make a realistic film, whether I want to make a patriotic film. There are so many questions in there. What I want to make is what I always want to make is an emotional film. I want my audiences to connect to my film very emotionally. I want my audiences to feel for the characters, to empathize with the characters, feel all the emotions the characters in the film they are feeling. So each director has a way of narrating the stories. I have a certain way of narrating my stories, but I don't set on trying to think, okay, now let's make a small budget movie. Okay, let's make a realistic movie. That's not how I think. I just go in search of an emotional story. If it's a big story, it will be a big story. If it's a small story, it will be a small story.
Last
question.
Hi, it was a conscious decision to put mythological element in your films?
It's a very subconscious decision because I grew up from my childhood listening to the stories of mythology, either from my grandparents and parents or through Amar Chitragatha. It is completely imbibed in my blood, the stories. So whatever goes in comes out. So because I have so much of input of the mythologies, they tend to come out in my stories in different forms. And I feel very proud of it.
ओके फोटो शूट करते हैं. यस सवाल मेरा बस मैं आपका और आपकी टीम का अभिनंदन करता हूँ इस बात को लेकर के कि चाहे बाहुबली रही हो फिल्म आपकी और चाहे RRR फिल्म रही है, आपने भारत के गौरव को दिखाया है. चाहे वो सनातन धर्म का रहा हो, चाहे वो हमारे वैरियर्स का रहा हो. मैंने भी आपकी फिल्म का ट्रेलर देखा, गाने देखे, मुझे बहुत अच्छा लगा. और मैं इसीलिए आपकी टीम का अभिनंदन करता हूँ कि आप हमारे उन इतिहास को दिखा रहे हैं जो हमारे बच्चों को, हमारी नई पीढ़ी को सीखना है. तो मैं ये आपसे पूछना चाहूंगा कि ये जो दो चरित्र आपने उठाए हैं, अल्लूरी, सीताराम, राजू, कोमाराम, भीम, तो उनके बारे में थोड़ा सा आप हमारे दर्शकों को बताएं.
Okay, my Hindi is not so good, but I try to answer the question in the way I understood. Generally, from my childhood, whenever we learned the stories of ancient India, how they were portrayed, how the world perceived India, was like it's a dusty place, it's a country of poorness, it is a country of sick people. No, it used to make me feel very, very bad about it. The British newsreels, if you take the archives, no, it always showed India as a third world country and those kind of things. Of course, a part of it was true, but at the same time, I was taught from my childhood, India has a rich history, India has a rich culture, and just plain richness. India had so much of richness. And if you read other historians, if you take, I forgot the name of the Dutch explorer who came to South India, and he wrote the annals of Vijayanagara Samarajya in South, ruled by Krishna Deva Raya. In that he writes, he went into the house and historicals written by the British. That is not what I wanted. That is not how I imagined my freedom fighters to be. That's the reason I took a completely fictional account of their lives. Aluk Sitaram Raju and Akomram Bhim. There is a time in history where we don't know what happened to them. During 1920s, they went away from their homes, from their respective places. After 3-4 years, they came back to their respective places and started fighting. They were. So there is an element of patriotism that runs in the story. There is an element of freedom struggle that runs in the story. But the main line of the story is friendship between these two legendary fighters.
Thank you. I request everyone to please come forward for the perfect. Thank you, sir. Thank you so much. I request the entire star cast to please come forward for the group photo opportunity. The entire media, this is group photo opportunity for everybody.
So center में
So thank you so much. Everyone, requesting everybody to please settle down. Thank you, Rajamouli sir. Thank you very much for joining us here. Thank you, Sanjeev sir. Thank you, Alia. Thank you, NTR sir. Thank you very much. Thank you, Ramcharan sir, for joining us here. Please be free to ask for any refreshment.
आप लोग हमें देख पा रहे हैं? हाँ, उनको टेंशन नहीं है, वो आराम से पीछे मस्ती से बैठे हैं। ऑफ कोर्स, भाजी की हालचाल? ठीक है भाजी, पंजाबी भी आए थे। को होस्ट याशिका बजाज, और आज आई थिंक यहाँ पर हम लोग एक बहुत बड़ी ब्लॉकबस्टर मूवी आप माइक पे देख पा रहे हैं, RRR का मूवी प्रमोशन के लिए यहाँ पर आए हैं, एंड हम आपको दिखाना चाहेंगे थोड़े। तो दोस्तों, फर्स्टली आई थिंक जितना आप लोगों का इंतजार है, हमें भी उतना इंतजार है। हमें मालूम है कि आपको हमसे बात करते हुए बहुत मजा आ रहा है, लेकिन इतना भी नहीं आ रहा है कि आप हमें इतने घंटे तक एंजॉय करें। आई थिंक इतने घंटे तक खेल सके, लेकिन मैं भी रेडियो से रहा हूँ ऑफ कोर्स, तो मैं भी विल बी हैविंग दैट मोमेंट, दैट राइट मोमेंट ऑन स्टेज। हाँ जी, क्या बात है, सुपर सुपर, गुड टू सी यू ऑल, एंड क्या बात है, Ladies and gentlemen, I'm going to introduce on stage India's most celebrated director. Yes, I'm talking about Bhatt Ajay Rajamouli sir. All right, sir, it can't be. But I think this is the first BGM. I think you are waiting for the Pallavis to come onto the stage. Very difficult. Why don't we welcome them both at the same time? Wow! All right, let's have the countdown. 10, 8, 6, 4, 2, let's welcome NTR Jr and Rajamauli on stage. Sir, we can't tell you both that for how long they've been waiting here, and they're extremely happy to see you both together. And trust me, I think we have been doing this on stage. Yashika has been doing this on, that's Yashika, that's Sahil, will be the host for this evening, this amazing promotion. And I think Yashika has been doing the same thing with everybody, and today, again, one more time, you're going to do that. All right, how many NTR fans we have in the house? NTR! How many Charans of fans we have in the house? So I think it's very difficult for both of us to tell you. Let them speak few words with them. They are waiting so long to hear their voices. Absolutely. I think there's no NTR fans or Charan fans. They're NTR and Charan fans together. Well, gives me immense pleasure to be in Delhi here. I've been to Delhi as a tourist. Well, finally, I'm here to Delhi as promoting Triple R gives me immense happiness to see all of you here. I love you all, and I love you all, and I just want you to. You've seen Bahubali, you know what that man is capable of, and I just want you to repeat that again, and please bless us. Thank you, everybody. Amma, love you all. Love you all. I'm doing so. Hello. Hello, Delhi. ఢిల్లీలో ఉన్న మా తెలుగు అభిమానులందరికీ నమస్తే. తారక్ చెప్పినట్టు ఇది నా ఫ్యాన్స్, తారక్ ఫ్యాన్స్ కాదు, ఇది RRR ఫ్యాన్స్, రాజమౌళి గారి అభిమానులు కూడా. సో థ్యాంక్ యూ సో మచ్. ఇంకా మిమ్మల్ని అందరూ ఆరాధించడానికి టు ఎంటర్టైన్ ఆల్ ఆఫ్ యూ. వీ హ్యావ్ సమ్ ఆఫ్ ద మెయిన్ గెస్ట్ కమింగ్. ఎక్కువ టైం తీసుకోను, బట్ ఐ లవ్ యూ. థ్యాంక్ యూ ఫర్ కమింగ్ and thank you for waiting for so long. Thank you.
All right, thank you, sir. Thank you very much. Ladies and gentlemen, what are we waiting for? Yes, I think Yashika, this is the moment. Finally, I think it's time to have the entire star cast. Ladies and gentlemen, let's have the countdown for the one and only Alia Bhatt. 10, 8, 6, 4, 2. Let's welcome
the Queen of Hearts, guys. Let's go.
It's a pleasure to have you here, and let me tell you, all the fans, they've been waiting for so long just to see a glimpse, and finally we have the entire star cast of RRR here. Very excited to see you. Alia, why don't you...
I hope that's the Alia effect. That's the Alia effect. जहाँ जाती है धमाके हो जाते हैं.
एक बारी गंगू भाई के लिए एक बारी फिर से आवाज. Alia, big congratulations to you on what a success that we have seen. I think you have already put cinemas, that live thing, and
Yeah, I think honestly I just want the film to now release in the theaters and let the audience see it and enjoy it and love it.
Yes, that's the stadium moment, I guess. R.
I know you're enjoying everything about RRR, and we thought we should bring something special for you in Delhi. So I thank this person, this amazing person, who agreed to come and be a part of the promotion out of his love for us, and that is none other than, can you guess? Welcome, one and only Alia Bhatt.
That's a superstar entry here.
So that's what we have been talking. Good evening, everyone. It's such a pleasure to be here. जितना आप लोग एक्साइटेड है ना RRR देखने के लिए, उतना मैं ही हूँ भाई. We are all really looking forward to the film, and I'm so excited. I have so many questions. मेरे पास इतने सवाल हैं लोगों के लिए. Tell me, Raja, I want to know one thing from you. I was recently, मेरी birthday थी 2 दिन पहले, 3 days, 4 days back was my birthday, and the media was asking me how to make a pan-India film. So I did not know how to answer that. I said pan-India, so I gave some vague answer. But I want to know from you, because you're the only one who has actually made it.
Listen to the question coming from AK. Listen to the question coming from AK.
The film that we have all seen and loved, which has become the biggest hit of Indian cinema. Bahubali 2, मैं गिरने वाला हूँ. Bahubali 2 is the biggest hit of Indian cinema, and it's truly a pan-India film. So how do you do that, and how do you connect with so many people across the country?
Let me frankly tell you, not just because you're here, the first time classic starcast for RRR who gave their time to me, that's why how I could make this film.
No, it's so lovely. I'm really dying to see it. Alia, how was it working with the three of them? How was it working with the three of them? How was Raja to work with? How was it to work with Rajamouli sir?
It was surreal. First I was pinching myself that I'm working with the... No, but they're really lovely. They're extremely down to earth. They're so collaborative. They're so helpful. And yeah, they're great. Yeah, and that's why they're such huge stars and their fans love them. So I...
cinema.
Truly.
And all of us are looking forward to it. So all the very best. I'm really looking forward to it. And on Friday we will all see the film together. It's really wonderful. Thank you. What are you feeling like right now?
One thing, first of all, before I talk about my feelings, I had to confess something.
I can really see the excitement for the film. So it's so wonderful. And it's nice to see कि आजकल फिल्में चल रही हैं. People are coming back to theaters. There's another film that's doing well, Kashmir Files. That's doing very well. There was your film is doing very well, Gangubai. So films have started doing well, and that's really wonderful to see. And it's a great time to see.
Fantastic, sir. I think the fear of COVID has receded and people are coming back to theaters the way they were before. And the people have so much love in their hearts, even if it is 2 films, 3 films, 4 films running, coming one after one.
Guys, thanks a lot, and I would request you all to please Instagram pe post.
Of course. Very good, very good. Very lucky.
Guys, thank you.
Okay, guys, thank you very much. Okay, guys, thank you very much. All right.
पोस्टपोनमेंट हुआ है रिलीज में कि मुझे ना सर पूरा इंटरेस्ट चले गया इसमें बिकॉज आई नो व्हाट द फिल्म इज गोना डू आई नो व्हाट द फिल्म इज गोना डू व्हेन इट रिलीजेस सो इंटरेस्ट पूरा चले गया समवेयर यू नो आई हैव बिकम लाइक अ रोबोट बट नाउ I would really want to say this here with your presence.
6 March, 27th March, and go on watching it. That's it. Please go. Just go.
All right. So with this, I think we'll take few questions from the fans over here. All right. Can we do that?
Biggest challenge is going to sets every day and Telugu. Now, biggest challenge is satisfying Rajamauli garu. And I hope I did chesana leda ani meer cheppandi. Thank you.
All right. One question from here.
He's asking when will I do a lady-oriented movie?
Oh, very nice. Who are you? I love you.
Okay, I will do a lady-oriented movie, but whatever movie that I'm going to make, it is not. He's twice distracting me. Like this? Yeah, like this. I'm just trying to show them like how he does.
I have proved it to the world that it's him and him who mess it up. It's not me.
You get tickled.
I do.
That's really funny. So what is your favorite thing about him? And sir, I think Charan is fantastic, superb. There is no surprise element. Tarak is anything more. Tarak, what don't you like about him? What you don't like about him? So what I really don't like about Tarak, day one of the shoot to the last day,
मैं जरूर देखूंगा मैं, क्योंकि वो एक हिस्ट्री का ऐसा हिस्सा है जो हम सबको बहुत हमारा दिल दुखता है इससे। तो कश्मीर में जो कश्मीरी पंडितों के साथ हुआ है वो यकीनन बहुत ही दुख की बात है, और ऐसी एक फिल्म जो बनी है उस टॉपिक पे तो यकीनन हर हिंदुस्तानी को देखना चाहिए और हर हिंदुस्तानी को याद करना चाहिए कि एक इंसान पे जब उस पर अत्याचार हो तो क्या बीतती है। तो ये जो फिल्म बनी है, this has touched the emotions of all people who believe in humanity, and I think that's what is wonderful. So I will definitely watch this film, and I'm so happy that the film is successful, and I feel that this is a time in India which was sad, which I think that people should look at carefully and remember.
On this note, I just want to take the opportunity of comparing you as an actor, I mean not as actors, but your approach to acting. He listens to the story. I don't know what he understands about the story, but by the time he comes onto the set, he keeps his mind completely free, completely uncluttered. And he comes and tells me like, I'm a blank, white, truthfully. I'll be observing to see your face whether you're lying or not. You please answer that question.
So you had lines in the language that you do not speak, like Telugu.
Telugu, yeah.
So how did you manage that?
I learned them for 1.5 years.
Oh, she does more than me.
Okay, there's a bit of AK in there. There's a bit of
No,
AK in
only
there.
my reason is different. Fab!
Good one, good one.
Charan, we better win.
Now your turn. Now your turn. Show us the next clip. Show us the next clip. Okay. There, you show them also what you're doing. Yeah.
Change the visual.
He's arresting you and taking you away.
I was going to say that. Why you chose my answer? He's arresting you and taking you away.
No, I didn't say anything. Okay, now you'll have to flip. You have to be.
Oh, Alia showing something very, very important. Opening her mom and showing something very, very important.
You all know the film inside out. Okay, the next clip. The next clip. Come here. Come here.
You can do it. Tell me.
No, you can't use any money.
Okay. Huh?
Acha, this is Tarak giving a side profile. I think all of you have passed with flying colors. Well done here. You all know the film inside out, I guess.
All love it. Because it's RRR and Jaipur is also part of Rajasthan, so triple R के साथ एक और R मिल गया है.
Absolutely.
Thank you so much. So NTR just said I do How excited are you to be in Jaipur? Because after a very long time you are here in Jaipur. Yes, Mr. Thank you.
Charan, all the best. Charan, all the best. हो गया वीडियो पूरा बोलो गाड़ी ठीक गेट खुलने लगे ना रोक के रखना हट जा बैठना गाड़ी में वे जस्ट निकले एयरपोर्ट से होटल जा रहे हैं हाँ जी मान के चलो 5 से 7 मिनट मैक्सिमम 8 मिनट में हम होटल पहुंचेंगे ऊपर जाते जाते 5-6 मिनट और 15 मिनट तो ये हो गया चेंज करके नीचे आने में 15 मिनट और पकड़ा था हाफ एन आवर मेरे को नहीं लगा आगे निकाल तो ठीक है ना चलेगा ठीक है वो आपको कुछ बोल रहे सर मेरे भाई वीडियो में पायलट गाड़ी चलता है ना तो तेरे को तीनों गाड़ी को पीछे लेना और एक लेन में चलाना है ऐसे नहीं घूमना राइट लेन में चला जा तू आगे निकालने नहीं निकालना इसको तू चला तो देखो वीडियो मत ले वीडियो I got the which way is
Now, it's time to welcome our very own megastar, the heartbeat of every girl. Let's welcome one awesome. So finally, for the moment for which we all were waiting for, sir, we are here. Just from the start, sir, generally any director or any actor comes to Jaipur and whenever I talk to them, I feel कि मैं ऐसे बात करूँगी, कुछ भी बात करूँ मूवी में, लेकिन when you are here after watching Bahubali 2, I am like, sir, SS Rajamauli, someone who are here, so can I say this, sir? So. First of all, welcome to Jaipur. So, Jaipur, is it your first time you're visiting Jaipur?
First thing was I was here for a movie called Shakti. And I fell in love with the city. I fell in love with... I mean, Jaipur is not a city which is very... Hi, please. Jaipur is not a city which shows creativity to the world that it is. This is the true Jaipur.
जितना मैंने थिएटर किया है, सो मेरी बहुत मैं मूवी जिससे आया होगा एक एक सीट पे इतना काम किया गया है, लाइक जब तक तुम मेरे साथ हो मुझे मारने वाला पैदा नहीं हुआ. Now RRR is here. So sir, how many years did you do that? How many years you have taken to make this movie?
Bahubali was 2 parts which we shot for 5 years. RRR is one single film which we shot for about 2.5 years. So roughly the same thing, but just 4 years. But actual running years was 2.5 years.
Sir, when you talk about RRR,
Charan played by Charan and Kumran played by ATR. But it is not a historical. There were very fine, interesting coincidences. They were born. And we don't know what happened to them for a period of 3-4 years. Then against officers in the same modus operandi, attacking the police stations, stealing the guns, training the people to use their weapons and carrying on the fight for freedom. Sitaram Raju for the tribals of Vishakhapatnam area and Congress. I mean, the idea itself was interesting. What if they do have met in that years of absence? What if they inspired each other to become what they have become in their real life? A nice tale of friendship. It will be an underlying thing, but it's mainly about friendship and the emotional bond between them. That I found very interesting. So that's what is RRR about. I'll take a little bit ahead with this thing. Is there another mic?
Yes, sir.
Rich in just richness, everything. Then there is another poverty, which made me feel very, very bad. No, but that is not the stories that I had heard from my childhood. Of course, there was poverty. Of course, there was bad famines in the country. But there's only one thing where the West that I have heard from my ancestors, from the folklore, from our children, and bring my own story. So that's the reason why I took a fictional tale, and it's going to be something much, much bigger than what the Western world told, whatever.
Second thing, I want to meet the man who is with Bahubali 2, like, कैसे बनाई होगी, क्या कितना काम किया होगा, like मुझे लगता है सर आप 5 साल के लिए सोए नहीं होंगे सर, so ऐसा. And the third thing, जो मेरे जो जितनी मेरी female friends हैं, so उन्होंने आपके लिए they said say my hi to Ramcharan and tell him that we love him. So there are so many girls, so who love you. So
my love to all of them in person, whoever conveyed their regards and their love through you. Everyone are here. There's so how many Jaipuris are here? Okay. I love you, all the Telugu students who are here. You అందరికీ నా ప్రేమ అభిమానం ఎప్పుడు ఉంటుంది మీ అభిమానం కూడా మాకు ఎప్పుడు ఉంటుంది టుడే we have lots of Jaipuris here in Jaipur. Jai to all PR fans and students as well. Honestly, a big welcome to Indian students who are here. So,
वहाँ से कुछ तारक सर आई एम तन्मय जब मेरे को मालूम लगा फ्राइडे को कि आप आ रहे हो तो मैं होली नहीं मना पाया मैं 2 दिन सो नहीं पाया एंड आज सुबह आई वाज टेलिंग मैं क्योंकि कई बार आप कुछ सपना देखते हो सोचते हो सच होने वाला अचानक वो हो जाता है तो यू हैव दैट फीलिंग सो आई डोंट नो व्हाट टू आस्क बट आई एम सो
first tell your name.
I want to say that I'm very Ashim. मैंने आपकी मूवी देखी थी पेंडी एक थी उसके बाद से मैं टोटली आपका फैन
Thank you so much. But all I want is आपके जो मन में क्वेश्चन जो सवाल हो वो आप पूछो प्लीज यार.
आपका जो एटीट्यूड है सर ये आपने कहाँ से लाया सर
एटीट्यूड
यस सर
यार ये पूरा एटीट्यूड तो मेरे डायरेक्टर और फैंस और आपने जैसे लोग भी दिया हुआ है I am a mirror image of my fans. I am a mirror image of my characters.
Yes sir.
So
ये कौन चांस
नहीं आप अपने गुरु के पैर छुओ माता पिता के पैर छुओ मैं बहुत खुश हूँ आशीर्वाद पूरा अपने माँ बाप और गुरु से
सर मेरा क्वेश्चन सर जब आप ये फिल्म बना रहे थे तो आप दोनों सर को कैसे एक साथ लाए इस फिल्म में कैसे इनको बोला कि आप दोनों एक साथ काम करो इस फिल्म में
How did you bring both of them together?
Yeah, both of them are my younger brothers, right? And if I want to do something, so if you want to go on a very difficult journey, very
बढ़िया थी मतलब बट इट्स बिट्स एंड पार्ट में वो अच्छी है मतलब सीन्स जो डिज़ाइन किए हैं वो अच्छे हैं बट ओवरऑल मतलब ठीक है आप एक बार देख सकते हो बट वो बाहुबली वाला इम्पैक्ट क्रिएट नहीं हो पाया इस बार।
इससे ये राजामौली सर जो हैं वो किस तरह से आपको मतलब एक्सपेक्टेशन था कि इस मूवी में दिखाने वाले हैं या फिर क्या कुछ बताना चाहेंगे?
एक तो शायद ये मूवी ज़्यादा लंबी होगी तो आदमी मतलब और गाने बहुत ज़्यादा डाल दिए तो बट मतलब सीन्स काफ़ी अच्छे क्रिएट किए जो एक्शन सीन्स है वो बहुत ज़्यादा लार्जर देन लाइफ हैं और उनको देखने में मज़ा आता है बट मतलब कहीं ना कहीं पे बहुत स्लो लगती है फिल्म 3 घंटे 3.5 घंटे की फिल्म काफ़ी स्लो लगती है।
स्टार कास्ट की बात की जाए
रामचरण इज़ बेस्ट मतलब पूरी फिल्म में अगर कोई सबसे तगड़ा है तो वो रामचरण है। NTR ने भी अच्छा किया बट जो रोल इम्पोर्टेंट है वो रामचरण का ज़्यादा भारी पड़ जाता है सारे लोगों पे और अजय देवगन मतलब आलिया के लिए तो ठीक ठाक है बट अजय देवगन और रामचरण बेस्ट सबसे बेस्ट
सीन क्या कुछ लगा बताना
लास्ट क्लाइमेक्स
ओके आउट ऑफ 5 कितने स्टार दोगे?
3
थैंक यू। सो सबसे पहले जानना चाहूँगी कि RRR मूवी देख कर आ रहे हो कैसी लगी मूवी?
जी सुपर
कैसी लगी?
सुपर
सबसे पहले तो ये भी जानना चाहूँगी कि स्टार कास्ट जो है वो उसमें सबसे बेस्ट कौन सा लगा?
जी सबसे बेस्ट रामचरण का
जी। और बेस्ट सीन कौन सा लगा इस मूवी में?
जी बेस्ट रामचरण का ही मेरे को लगा जी और अजय सर का आलिया भट्ट का रोल कम उनको दिखाया गया लेकिन सबका अच्छा है
अच्छा लगा? आलिया भट्ट का एक्सप्रेशन या फिर लुक वाइज या फिर
जी
character
उनका
wise कितना
बहुत
पसंद
अच्छा
आया?
लुक लगा, बहुत अच्छा लगा। वो अभी उनका गंगूबाई आया था, उससे भी बेहतरीन उनका लुक लगा, अभी बहुत अच्छा लगा।
RS राजामौली का डायरेक्शन है तो उसके बारे में क्या कुछ बोलना
जी
चाहोगे? कैसा
सुपर
लगा?
लगा, सुपर।
बाहुबली भी उन्होंने बनाया था और अब आ गया है RRR, तो क्या लगता है कौन किस पे भारी पड़ेगा?
जी वो शायद उतना ना हो बाहुबली के इतना, लेकिन है जी।
आउट ऑफ 5 कितने स्टार दोगे?
जी 5 में से 5।
थैंक यू। हाँ, सो RRR मूवी देखकर आ रहे हो, कैसी लगी मूवी आप तीनों को?
बहुत अच्छी लगी।
बहुत अच्छा
बहुत
था।
अच्छा था।
बहुत अच्छा था। तो सबसे ज्यादा क्या अच्छा लगा मूवी में?
फाइट सीन्स।
एक्शन।
हाँ, जानना चाहूंगी कि जूनियर NTR हैं, रामचरण हैं, आलिया भट्ट है, अजय देवगन है, सबसे ज्यादा अच्छा कौन सा रोल लगा आप लोगों को?
हीरो का रोल अच्छा लगा।
हीरो का
रामचरण।
NTR।
रामचरण।
आलिया भट्ट के बारे में क्या कुछ बोलना चाहोगे?
आलिया भट्ट
रोल इतना नहीं दिया,
इतना कुछ खास
नहीं दिया उनको।
बट ठीक है, ओके।
छोटा रोल था ना?
सपोर्टिंग रोल में ठीक थी, ओके।
डायरेक्शन वाइज क्या बोलना चाहोगे?
Director wonderful, super।
बाहुबली के जो डायरेक्टर हैं राजामौली सर, उन्होंने ही डायरेक्ट किया है, तो इस मूवी को क्या कुछ बोलना चाहोगे कि भारी पड़ेगी बाहुबली पे या नहीं?
बाहुबली पे तो भारी नहीं पड़ेगी, बट ये नया रिकॉर्ड क्रिएट करेगी।
हाँ, आउट ऑफ 5 कितने स्टार दोगे आप तीनों?
4 स्टार।
हाँ?
4।
ओके, थैंक यू। मैम, रोलिंग। सो RRR मूवी देखकर आ रहे हो, कैसी लगी मूवी?
सुपर हिट।
सुपर हिट है एकदम।
फुल एकदम आग लगा दी।
पैसा वसूल मूवी, हिट एकदम हिट।
आप क्या बोलना
और
चाहोगे?
राम की
आपको कैसी लगी?
बहुत अच्छी, जबरदस्त एक्टिंग, जबरदस्त फाइटिंग।
मुझे तो लग रहा था कि रामायण चल रही थी,
लेकिन वो है बहुत अच्छी मूवी है। और ये पूरी देशभक्ति के ऊपर प्राउड फील होता है मूवी देखकर, एकदम प्राउड फील होता है अपने देश के लिए।
क्या बोलना चाहोगे, कैसी लगी?
एकदम हिट,
एकदम हिट।
मजा आ गया।
जो स्टार कास्ट है, जूनियर NTR है, रामचरण है, आलिया भट्ट है, अजय देवगन है, सबसे अच्छा काम किसका लगा और क्या कुछ बताना चाहोगे इन चारों के?
मुझे जूनियर का, आलिया भट्ट का भी है, लेकिन जूनियर का बहुत अच्छा काम है उसमें। राम का भी बहुत अच्छा काम है।
आपको?
जूनियर।
मतलब सबका था, लास्ट सीन था ना वो बेस्ट था।
वो
जो
दोनों साथ में लड़ाई करते हैं ना, वो
जंगल के सारे जंगल के एनिमल्स छोड़ के जो गोरों के ऊपर एकदम से टूट पड़ते ना, वो मुझे बेस्ट सीन लगा।
आपको क्या लगा?
वो मुझे तो ये दोनों फाइट एक साथ करते हैं ना, वो
लास्ट सीन बहुत
सुपर मूवी है, सुपर।
जो डायरेक्टर है राजामौली सर, उनके बारे में क्या कुछ बोलना चाहोगे?
उन्होंने बहुत सुपर मूवी बनाई है, बहुत अच्छी मूवी बनाई है, बहुत सुपर।
5 में से कितने स्टार दोगे?
5।
थैंक यू, बाय। मैं पूछूंगी ना। तो सबसे पहले जानना चाहूंगी मूवी कैसी लगी?
बहुत अच्छी लगी। बहुत ऐसा लग रहा था कि बस देखती ही जाओ। 10 बार भी देखूं तो भी कम पड़ेगा मेरे
ऐसी
हिसाब
बात
से।
है।
जी,
तो जानना चाहूंगी डायरेक्शन ज्यादा पसंद आया या फिर जो स्टार कास्ट है उनकी परफॉर्मेंस ज्यादा पसंद आया?
दोनों ऑसम। कोई शब्द नहीं है बोलने के लिए। मतलब जितनी बार देखो उतना कम है।
आलिया भट्ट के बारे में क्या कुछ बोलना चाहेंगे?
बहुत वो तो ऑसम है ही, बहुत अच्छी एक्ट्रेस है ही। और फर्स्ट टाइम उनको साउथ में देख के बहुत अच्छा लगा।
ओके, जूनियर NTR, रामचरण, अजय देवगन, उनकी एक्टिंग के बारे में क्या बोलना चाहेंगे? परफॉर्मेंस के बारे में क्या बोलना चाहेंगे?
अजय देवगन तो है ही, उनके बारे अजय सर तो ऑब्वियसली वो तो है ही सुपरस्टार। और बहुत खुशी हुई है आलिया जी को इसमें देख के। एंड डायरेक्शन तो ऑसम, सोच भी नहीं सकते थे कि इतना अच्छा लगेगा आने के बाद। सो मतलब बहुत अच्छा होगा, शब्द ही कम पड़ेंगे बोलने के लिए। तो बहुत हमने मूवी एंजॉय किया। अभी मैं वापस फ्रेंड्स के साथ आने वाली हूँ, एक फैमिली के साथ, फ्रेंड्स के साथ और ऑफिस फ्रेंड के साथ, सबके साथ। कम से कम मैं 5 बार चाहती हूँ कि मैं आके देखूँ।
ओके, कौन सी ऐसी बात है जो आपको 5 बार देखने पे मजबूर कर रही है?
पहला तो एक्शन तो ऑसम है। और कुछ चीज़ें ऐसी है कि जो हमारी लाइफ बीत चुकी है, पुरानी चीज़ें, तो अंदर से ये चीज़ फीलिंग आती है कि हम इतने बंध के थे अपने देश में। तो फाइनली बहुत ज़्यादा इमोशनल तो बहुत ज़्यादा हो गई थी मैं। तो फाइनली अब आज़ादी वाली फीलिंग आती है कि हाँ, हम अंग्रेज़ों से अब आज़ाद हो गए, अब खुल के ज़िंदगी जी रहे हैं। सो बहुत ज़मीन से जुड़ी मूवी थी, बहुत अच्छी लगी, बहुत अच्छी।
राजामौली सर बनाए हैं जिन्होंने बाहुबली भी बनाया था और अब RRR आया है, तो क्या लगता है कौन किस पे भारी पड़ेगा या फिर बॉक्स ऑफिस पे कलेक्शन, क्या कुछ आप बताना चाहेंगे कि किसका ज़्यादा होने वाला है?
बाहुबली तो ऑब्वियसली उसका ज़्यादा रिव्यू अच्छा था। ये भी अच्छा है, दोनों ही अच्छा है। और उनके बारे में तो शब्द ही कम पड़ेंगे बोलने के लिए, क्योंकि हर बार उनका डायरेक्शन इतना अच्छा रहा है। तो कुछ नो कमेंट्स उनके बारे में, सॉरी। थैंक यू।
कितने पसंद आए आपको?
सॉन्ग्स ठीक है, बट मूवी ज़्यादा, स्टोरी ज़्यादा अच्छी लगी सॉन्ग्स के मुताबिक।
5 out of 5 कितने स्टार दोगे आप?
5 पूरे 5। थैंक यू।
सो RRR मूवी कैसी लगी आपको?
अच्छी थी।
परफॉर्मेंस वाइज अगर बात की जाए, रामचरण जूनियर
रामचरण की ज़्यादा अच्छी लगी मुझे। रामचरण की ज़्यादा अच्छी थी।
आलिया भट्ट की परफॉर्मेंस कैसी लगी?
ठीक था, वैसा कुछ नहीं था, लेकिन रामचरण का मुझे सबसे अच्छा लगा।
राजमौली सर की डायरेक्शन कितनी पसंद आई?
सेम हर मूवी में जो रहता है।
ओके आउट ऑफ 5 स्टार कितने दोगे?
5।
हाँ
5।
ओके, थैंक यू। सो RRR मूवी देख कर आ रहे हो, कैसी लगी मूवी आपको?
हम तो चक्काचौंध हो गए बिल्कुल मूवी देख के। मतलब 3 घंटे की मूवी लगा था कि शायद एडिटिंग कोई रैंडम सीन हो सकते, लेकिन एस राजामौली का जो विजन है बिल्कुल फिनोमिनल। इतनी माइंड ब्लोइंग मूवी है कि फ्रॉम द फर्स्ट सेकंड टिल द लास्ट फ्रेम, मतलब आप देख के यू विल बी एट द एज ऑफ योर सीट। मतलब आप देखते ही रह जाएंगे, कहीं भी कोई फ्लॉ नहीं, इट्स कम्प्लीटली अनपैकेबल। बहुत ही औसम मूवी है। और जो जूनियर NTR और रामचरण जिस भी फ्रेम में आए हैं, वो फ्रेम में उन्होंने इतना ज़्यादा अच्छा रोल किया है। मतलब वो नाचो नाचो गाना है, उसकी कोरियोग्राफी इतनी अच्छी है, एनर्जी इतनी अच्छी है, उन दोनों की केमिस्ट्री इतनी अच्छी है। दे हैव वंडरफुल कैमेड्री एंड राजामौली का विजन, हैट्स ऑफ टू हिम। मतलब मैं बोलता कोई बॉलीवुड का डायरेक्टर उनसे मैच नहीं कर सकता, हॉलीवुड लेवल की मूवी है।
व्हाट अबाउट आलिया भट्ट, कैसी लगी आपको?
आलिया भट्ट बहुत ही ग्रेसफुल, बहुत ही एलिगेंट लगी हैं वो अपने रोल में सीता के। पर जैसे मैंने कहा कि जूनियर NTR और रामचरण से अगर नज़र हटेगी तो कहीं और नज़र, इवन जो ब्रिटिश कैरेक्टर्स हैं वो भी बहुत अच्छे हैं, स्टोरी बहुत अच्छे ब्रिटिश हीरा डिपिक्ट किया है। और अजय देवगन का भी अच्छा रोल सेकेंड हाफ में। बट जैसे मैंने कहा जी, जो 2 प्रोटैगनिस्ट है, जो फाइटर्स दिखाए हैं ब्रिटिश राज में, इनके बहुत अच्छे रोल्स हैं। और जो भी ब्रिटिश कैरेक्टर्स भी जिन्होंने निभाए वो भी बहुत अच्छे हैं।
ओके, सो जानना चाहूँगी कि जिस तरह से ये राजामौली सर अपने काम से जाने जाते हैं, बाहुबली इतनी हिट रही और अब RRR आया, तो क्या लगता है कि ये उसको पीछे कर पाएगा, या फिर जिस तरह से इसकी
मैंने सुना कि 800 करोड़ का ऑलरेडी इन्होंने जो भी म्यूजिक राइट्स वगैरह से और राइट्स से मिल गया है इनको। तो आप देख सकते हैं कि इसका ट्रेलर देखिए, लोग इतना मतलब लोग देखना चाहते थे, मूवी का इंतज़ार हो रहा था। हाँ, हमें पता है कि बाहुबली 1 और 2 बिल्कुल अलग ही लेवल की थी और वैसे बिजनेस किया, बट ये एक और लेवल ऊपर है क्योंकि इसके 3D इफेक्ट्स और विजुअल इफेक्ट्स इतने स्टनिंग हैं, इतने माइंड ब्लोइंग है कि जब मैंने जैसे कहा, यू विल बी एट द एज ऑफ योर सीट। बहुत मज़ा आएगा आपको देख के।
बेस्ट सीन कौन सी लगी आपको इस मूवी में?
एक शुरू में जूनियर NTR जो एक वुल्फ और एक टाइगर उनको चेज करे, वो एक सीन बहुत ही धमाकेदार है। फिर एक ब्रिज के पास एक बच्चे को सेव करते, वो वाला सीन बहुत अच्छा है। या उनका नाचो नाचो गाना, ओ माय गॉड, वो हम लोग ने ट्रेलर में देखा था। क्या एनर्जी है, क्या केमिस्ट्री है दोनों की। मतलब आप बिल्कुल मंत्रबुद्ध हो जाएंगे आप उन दोनों को देख के। बहुत अच्छा है, वेरी नाइस।
5 में से कितने स्टार दोगे आप?
ऑब्वियसली 5 out of 5, विदाउट अ फ्रैक्शन ऑफ डाउट इट हैज़ टू बी 5 out of 5। और कुछ लोग शायद 5 से भी ऊपर दे देंगे।
थैंक यू।
Hi, this is NTR and you're watching Bollywood Hungama.
It's a huge privilege to have Tarak with us, NTR Jr. His film RRR is doing extraordinary business and it's going to go on and on and on. Huge pleasure to have you back with us on Bollywood
Thank
Hungama.
you so much for it.
And congratulations.
Thank you, thanks a lot.
Intro scene of yours in the film. When you rate amongst your own films as an intro scene, where would you rate that?
See, I would not stick to just my intro scene. I would say that RRR as a film is one of the most special movies in my career. I've said it many a times. My career will be defined before RRR and after RRR. Because I think this is one of those films which really take me or demand something more than what I've done till now as an actor. So I would not stick only with the intro scene, but the whole movie has really given me a lot of pleasure, satisfaction, and it's given me a new opening as an actor. So,
of course, see, why I said the intro scene, because when it comes to the big screen experience, fans expect a certain sort of intro scene because it just sets the precedent, sets the tone. And the intro scene of RRR, as far as you are concerned, it's something which is extraordinary. You know, that blood being
I mean, it's
trickling down.
It's a scene. Yeah, now I understand what you are actually saying, Fareed. You know,
ये ऐसा इंट्रोडक्शन सीन है जहां यूजुअली इंट्रो होता है और फैंस बस सिर्फ दे गो मैड, क्लैप्स मारते हैं और बाद में देन यू मूव ऑन टू द स्टोरी. बट लेकिन ये ऐसा इंट्रो है जहां भीम का कैरेक्टर भी एस्टैब्लिश हो रहा है.
एग्जैक्टली.
सो उसका जो ब्रूटल स्ट्रेंथ है वो दिखाया जा रहा है और बाद में उसका जो मेंटालिटी है एज एन आदिवासी, एज अ पर्सन फ्रॉम द फॉरेस्ट, जब वो अपोलोजाइज करता है शेर को पकड़ के, बोलता है कि आई एम सॉरी, मुझे माफ कर देना, क्योंकि आई एम मेकिंग यू, अरे यार मैं आई एम मेकिंग यू गो थ्रू सो मच ऑफ अ ट्रॉमा फॉर माई पर्सनल वांट, which is not the right thing, right? You don't harm an animal, and he's from the forest and he understands the balance of the circle of life in the forest. This is by far one of the best introductions in terms of a director's point of view.
Wow.
For him, he has achieved it. He has nailed it right from there. He's put you in a seat saying that this is how Bhim is going to be in the film. He's a guy with brutal strength, but he's not somebody who's really, how the stereotype humans were in that time. He's very innocent, he's naive, he doesn't know how to live with people. Forest में वो king है, लेकिन जब when he comes into the cities, he's innocent, he's naive. And that, I think he's nailed it.
And how? And we are at a very interesting moment in entertainment world's history right now, because we have Spider-Man, we have Money Heist, for example. We have, I think, the best of maybe Korean content in a way, all right? And the entire paraphernalia in front of the audience is massive right now. Their expectations are more. They're not going to settle for anything less. So when it comes to the big screen experience as far as RRR is concerned, and the way it delivers, I think it opens windows in more ways than one.
It does.
The intro scene where the wild dog and the tiger clash, and you are just moving away.
Absolutely.
It's a moment.
Yeah,
सिर्फ उसी के लिए आदमी पिक्चर दूसरी बार देख सकता है.
I know.
आराम
Yeah,
से.
absolutely.
Or the particular scene where all the animals are coming out. I wouldn't divulge too much because you guys have not really revealed it in the promo as well. That experience and that moment gives you that wow moment, कि यार ये तो कभी सोचा भी नहीं था.
Yes, absolutely. It just plays to the gallery so perfectly.
Right.
I mean, I've seen a few audiences just record that and put it on YouTube.
They would.
So I was looking at the reaction. I was like, damn. I'm like, how does Rajamouli do it?
Yeah.
How can he catch the pulse of audiences? How? I mean, like, states apart, like audiences with different linguistic demands. How do you just bring everyone together with just your, I mean, like this man is crazy. I mean, like for me, I'm like, how do you do it?
Right. So as I give you a few of the references in terms of what people are having right now in terms of viewing experiences, and then you come up with RRR and these sort of visuals, these sorts of massive visuals. Do you think that in a way it sets a very high sort of platform that that we have achieved this? अगर इतना सब के बाद भी हम ये deliver कर सकते हैं, surprise people.
Absolutely, and it shows our might as what we can achieve as Indians, what we are capable of, what we can deliver, and again, what Fareed, I think it gives us a sense of responsibility, a kind of a fear, where you mentioned it, people are not going to settle down for anything less. They want more in terms of content, in terms of core, they want more. This way, I think it puts us in a more responsible position. I say having a little bit of fear is good. We need to, fear is actually a very great quality.
Absolutely.
If we don't have that fear, I mean, we are humans, right? So we just don't listen to anyone. So when we have that kind of fear, I think it puts us in the right track. And yes, and I know Rajamouli delivers this because he really has this kind of fear in him, I think. And as actors, we deliver so much because we have that fear, because we are responsible towards our audiences.
Right.
And we have to be. I mean, come on. So I think we're in a great phase, and which is fantastic. I mean, come on, where from just being called Bollywood to Tollywood to Collywood to Mollywood to Sandalwood. I mean, we are one big industry now. We're called the Indian film industry.
Right.
Which is fantastic.
Right, and in terms of the box office, the way I think Mr. Rajamouli could have only broken his own record, and he has done that. How do you look at the numbers?
See, for me, it's the applause, it's the reviews, and then comes the numbers. Because numbers has never been my department as an actor. For me, it's always the applause and the reviews. What have I added, or what have I achieved as an actor? And then comes my numbers. And of course, why not? When the numbers are big, come on, it boosts your confidence. It's like a bonus. It's like the icing on the cake.
Right.
I'm very happy the way people are receiving this. Are turning out RRR to be one of the biggest films
ever
post Bahubali, or might cross Bahubali. I have no idea what it's gonna do, but it's definitely a bonus. It really gives us immense strength, courage to bring out better, bigger contents.
Right. In terms of VFX, maybe some of the sequences, because see, VFX, what I personally I think understand from my experience, it's not merely about how much money you can possibly spend. It is how you imagine a particular sequence.
Absolutely.
And the way the movie is doing better than some of the Hollywood biggies
Yes,
in the North
absolutely.
American
Yes,
market,
yes.
which is a
Which
testimony
is
in
bigger
its own
than a
right.
Batman today.
Which is bigger than a Batman today as well. And now, but for VFX to really come through, I think it's very important for that synergy between the director and the VFX artist and the actors. That tiger sequence, when he's literally just snarling at you.
I know.
And you have to give that expression.
Yes.
And there's no tiger.
Yes.
And you still have to give those expressions. How do you do that?
Well, I think it's the director who gives us the feed. Rajamouli is one such director. I remember, there were many a times I was telling him, how much more do we do this, yaar? CG mein laga do. It's like, kya CG? You think it's easy? It's like, yeah. RRR again. See, I'm sure, today all films have a minimum amount of VFX which is happening. And then we have RRR, where Rajamouli is an expert in using VFX in CGI. But again, he doesn't make use of it because he's got that opportunity or he's got the budgets. He knows where and how and why you should make use of it. I mean, that's a talent. It is equally as big, responsible as a writer when you're writing a story. So that's a complete department which you need to be very aware of. VFX है, CGI है, budgets है, बस डाल दो यहाँ एक लाइट डाल दो आप और यहाँ एक कार लगा दो. नहीं, वो वैसा नहीं होता है फरीद जी. It is very important to how you make use of computer graphics. Very important. And especially when the tiger intro was happening. I mean, this man gave me so much of detailing. He said, you know what? You think a tiger is just a tiger you see in a zoo? No. It is a full-grown adult bull tiger which weighs around 700 to 800 kilos. The stride length of a tiger is like this much compared to a human being. So imagine how fast you should run. But even however fast you run, it is eventually going to catch hold of you. Now, how do you do that? And when it comes in front of you, you know how big the head is going to be. He really had molds. He said, this is how the head is, Tarak. This is how big, and this is how much the jaw is going to open in front of you. So when that detailing is given to an actor, things become easier for him to imagine. An actor is what he needs to be really good at is to imagine. There are certain situations in a film which maybe an actor would have ever, never gone through. Now, how does he do that? He puts himself, he imagines, what if something like that happened to me? Or this happens to me? How am I going to emote? How am I going to react?
Right.
So it's all about imagining. So when the director gives you a perfect detailing, I think things become very easy for an actor to deliver. And I think that's what Rajamouli does. He tells you. He tells you everything. He tells you what is necessary for an actor to know.
Right.
Piche kuch ja raha hai, he'll never tell you about that. Because that's not the turf of an actor, or that's not something he needs to know about. What the actor needs to know, he will give him all the details.
In our last interview, you mentioned how Mr. Rajamouli did not show you guys Nacho Nacho
Yes,
for the
he did not
longest
show us
time.
the film.
For the longest time. And, he's an extremely humble guy. But that level of perfection which is there is phenomenal. I was watching one of your interviews, all of you guys together, and apparently Makhi, he had flies hibernating in his fridge.
Yes. I just went to his house and I opened the fridge and I was seeing flies hibernating. I was like, what is this? It's like, yeah, it's I'm doing this movie called Ega. So I'm just looking at the detailing. I was like, what? Are you
Right.
serious? You can't do this.
Right.
Like, he's mad.
Right. So, and then he's so humble as well. That level of artistry that he has, and the way he imagines his world. When you see the end result, and even in this, but the way he imagines is truly phenomenal. As an artist, what have you learned from him?
Every time I've worked with him, Faridunji, he's given me something new to take back. One thing which I will always remember is that I don't know if it's coincidence or it was just meant to happen. See, what I think as an actor, Rajamouli knows where I'm struggling. He knows what I'm craving for. He knows what I'm struggling for. I think I've learned this thing from him, or maybe he helped me get there. Sometimes you have certain thoughts in you, but you don't know how to put them, how to implement them. He helped me search for innocence, naiveness in my career. I said this many a times, when my firstborn was home, when we got him from the hospital, and he was in a crib. And I was really going to him, and I was trying to, I wanted everything to just fast forward, and I wanted him to just get up from his crib, pounce on me, hold me, and say, Nana. Nana is dad in Telugu.
Right.
But how will that happen? It won't. He's such an innocent guy. Small boy, small being who's so innocent, so naive, just with bliss. And me in return, in trying to convey to him that I'm his father, I've become so naive and innocent. Right? And I think that's what an actor needs to have. That's the happiness as an actor when you're unprepared. When you're put in a situation, वो बोलते हैं ना, survival instinct. When you're put in a corner, there is a survival instinct which comes out. You want to prove yourself. You want to get out of this. You want to survive. I think that's what an actor needs to have, and that's exactly what Rajamouli helped me with.
All right.
And after that, I had this movie called Temper.
Yes.
And from then, I've started enjoying my work. I want to wake up every day, run to my shoot, or even have this fear in my belly, saying that how am I going to deliver this scene now? I think that hunger, that want will always drive an actor.
Okay, and I believe Temper came at a time when a few of your earlier films had not
Absolutely, yes,
done well.
yes.
What is the importance of failure in teaching you as an actor?
Very, I think, it's been 20 years now. I've started when I was 17. Everything was big. Failure and hit were very big things for me. But now I think, Faridunji, for me, it's just become like a 1 hour's job. A hit or a flop just stays with me for an hour or so. I don't carry it a lot. So I move on. So I'm like, okay, this has worked. Now what's next? I can't stay idle. So I can't carry this burden of joy or sadness for a long time. So I just want to move on. And I personally feel that, you have your Newton's third law of motion. For every action, there is an equal and opposite reaction. So every failure teaches you something to make it work the next time. Unfortunately, हमारे पास ना हमारे industry में or more or less globally also, I think success has got a lot of relatives and a failure is left as an orphan.
Of course.
But we have to realize that both success and failure are collective jobs.
Right, right. You've said in an interview that fame is the most difficult thing to handle. You're an extremely, I think, private family person. You spoke about your son. I was watching one of your interviews. You said that you got a bat for him, and like those things are very important for you. How do you balance the family and the fact that you are this hugely loved star?
I don't know, Faridunji. For me, I think the moment I leave my set, or in fact, after I leave this interview here, I have this, I don't know, I don't know how it happens. I switch myself off from being NTR. I switch myself off from being an actor. I don't know. I don't know if it's my kids, I don't know if it's my wife, or I don't know if it's my mom, or I don't know if it was embedded into the family for a very long time. From my grandfather to father and me. I don't know. I just switch myself off from being an actor, and there I get inside. I'm a father and a husband and a son. I don't know how it happens, but it works. It is happening, and the moment I'm out of the gate, I'm again this NTR. So it's. I think a person, we need to as people, we need to have that balance, where I really don't want to, disturb my kid's childhood. Want him to have this freedom of exploring, understanding, grow up with that innocence, that naiveness kids need to have. I don't want to put this burden on them with my image, saying, "Oh my God, now you're this, right? You handle this." No, there will be a day where they will understand, where they will realize, okay, fine, this is also there.
Right.
Along with this, so first let them explore this. As a father, I think I need to give them that freedom to grow.
Influence of your grandfather. He's still one of the most, I think, loved individuals, say, in Telangana and Andhra Pradesh. And I think it will always be the sort of respect that he has, both as a star as well as a politician. What's his influence in your life?
A lot, even now. There are phases how he keeps influencing me.
Yeah.
Or, what I keep learning from him. It's been in phases. He, at the end of the day, Faridunji, for me, I feel that, he was a great actor, was a great politician, but more than this, he was a great citizen of this country.
Mm-hmm.
The kind of reforms he's brought about when he came into politics and the kinds of roles he played to entertain his audiences proves what a good citizen he was, what a responsible citizen he was.
Mm.
So for me, every time, I think about him, for me, it's about, yes, you give back. You have to give back to the society in one way or the other.
Right.
You have to be a good citizen of this country. Come on, this country has given you so much love. So you will have to be very responsible towards giving that love back. And that's why really, for me, I get overwhelmed, when my fans keep giving me so much of love. There's a constant thing running in my head saying, how do I repay this back? How do I? Come on, we are not blood brothers, right? And they love me so much. The amount of love, the amount of attention which I get from them. They cry when I'm sad. They laugh when I'm happy. Why? Why does this happen? It's just I don't know. It's this magic which has made it happen. It's like this nature has made it happen. So I'll have to give it back to them. And how do I do it? Well, I have to make good films if that keeps them happy.
Right.
So for me, this is what I keep taking from Tatagaru, my grandfather.
Mm-hmm.
Give back that love. Feel responsible to give back that love.
Right. And I believe he wrote one of your first film, which you started with the Child Artist.
I did a film with him. My first film with him was this movie called Brahmashi Vishwamitra.
Okay.
It was, he made the movie in Telugu first, and then he made the movie in Hindi. He directed it. So he made the movie in Hindi, and I was playing Vishwamitra's grandson called Bharat. So yeah, so I was pretty young. So I was a part of that project. I was Bharat, and he made me dub in Hindi. This was when I was about 8 years old. So my first opening to Hindi was with that movie.
All right. Now, your character in Triple R is in a way like a social reformer. He's a leader. You know, he will do anything for his people. He will go to any extent. So from that context, would you want to participate, say, in active politics?
Well, I think, see, right now, Faridunji, I'm in a very, very, very happy phase of my life. I've just started enjoying this whole journey of an actor. I would want to stick to that first. I ideally, you know, I'm not somebody who believes in, I don't know, for some strange reason, I don't think that your future is like 10 years from now or 5 years from now. Your future is your next second.
Right.
So I live for the moment. So right now I'm happy. I'm happy as an actor. There's work which is giving me immense satisfaction as an actor.
Right.
So I'm somebody who sticks to the moment, and I'm going to stick with this for now.
Tarak, we've taken a few fan questions. There are many of
God,
them. It was
I'm sure
trending on
they
Twitter
would have bombarded you with questions.
Yeah, and so let's try and take as many of them as possible.
God.
They're very interesting questions. This is Jasper from Myanmar, Burma. Sir, how does humility play an important part in retaining stardom? And you have had series of flops, and then suddenly you just didn't look back, and that had series of successes. How do you manage that?
How do I manage? I think it's very important to have good people around you who always keep you grounded. And luckily, I have both my beautiful sons. They keep me grounded. They keep, as I told you, you know, the incident with my elder one. So they keep me grounded. You know, it's like they command this from me. It's like, you know, yaar, wo NTR jo hai, tumhara image, usko bahar chhod ke andar aao aap. Come inside like our father. So they demand that from me. I mean, my wife, my mother, very few friends. I don't have a lot of them. Very few who keep me grounded. I think it's my family and my very few friends who do that. And yeah, and of course my fans.
Right.
Yeah. So it's you need to have good people around you. And how do you get good people? I don't know. You just need to be lucky. You can't search for good people. You just need to be lucky.
So you're saying that you have a few good friends, but you're generally a very popular person within the film industry, not only say in Telugu, but even in Hindi, the way, be it Salman Khan, a lot of other people, the way they respond to you is something else. You like to cook for your friends.
I do.
Which is pretty interesting.
I cook. For me, it's like a stress buster. You know, for a few people, it's like watering plants. Or कुछ लोगों के लिए planting trees. For me, मेरा stress buster है पकाना. So I really love cooking. I don't know. It's like cooking is such an artistry thing. You know, it's something bigger than acting for me. So it's like everything needs to be so precise. Everything needs to be timed properly.
What would you like to cook?
Everything. And I basically cook about anything. So it's just, I cook.
Venkat from USA, Florida. How can he pull off such tough characters like Bhim, Veera, Raghaval, Arvinda Sameta, Daya in Temper, Ramakrishna, Rakhi very easily? How do you pull such tough characters?
It wasn't easy. It wasn't easy at all. Every time I mention this, every time I go to my shoot, every time a character is given to me and I'm excited about a character, I'm scared. The butterflies going in my stomach, I have this fear of delivering. So maybe that keeps me going, and it's not easy. I'm happy you think it's easy, but it's not.
What is the role of writing for an actor? Like you're having Mr. Vijayendra Prasad, I think, outstanding writer.
Very important.
What I genuinely believe that you may be having the best of VFX and the best of action sequences, but if you're not having the soul which comes from the story, people would not connect emotionally. और जब तक emotional connect नहीं होगा, so they would not really feel that.
Absolutely.
And so what is the importance of writing in your career?
It is. I mean, like, it is, as you mentioned, it is the drama, the soul on which we all stand on.
Right.
That is like your platform. As you know, the stronger it is, the more load you can put on it. You know, RRR, for example, because the soul was so strong, you could load it up with a lot of the other things. So I think it's the soul, which is very important, and writing is probably the most important thing, because that's something which actually defines your story, defines your character. You know, so it's very important.
Abhay Mittal from Noida, Uttar Pradesh. I'm biggest fan of NTR Anna from North. I learned Telugu for my NTR Anna so that I can watch his movies without subtitles. I became his fan after watching Aravinda Sametha in Telugu, and Usaravalli was first South movie I watched. Jay NTR.
Wow. सर आपने तेलुगु सीखा और मैंने हिंदी में डब किया RRR के लिए, तो आपका जो डिफिकल्टी है I've reduced it. Go watch RRR in Hindi with my voice.
But what does this dedication show to you? You know, this is I think I find this so fascinating.
It's just blessed. I mean, like, see, it's as I told you, it's very overwhelming. Very overwhelming. I mean, like, so much of love, so much of concentration is. But I think I think they've been very supportive also. They've accepted the change in me from temper. I think that's very important. Noticing that change, accepting that change, it's not an easy thing, because they are your first audiences.
Anywhere in the world, the biggest of stars, they would not fathom the fact that for a film event, for an actor, for a star, special trains are being organized, and there are people like in the tune of 9 to 10 lakh that are coming. I think दुनिया में मेरे ख्याल से इस तरीके का कहीं हो नहीं सकता.
I mean, again, I feel very blessed. Faridun, what else can I even say? Yes, it scares me. Yes, it's very overwhelming. But again, who am I to say no to love? When they're giving it to me, I take it. Let me take it. I'm gonna respond to it. I'm not somebody who's gonna sit down here and say, don't love me. No, we are here to take that love. When people are caressing that love to you, take it. It's good. It's nice.
This is Mukesh Malik from Odisha. Hi Anna, congratulations for your great success of RRR. My question is, you do a lot of action movies, so who do you prefer best action star in Bollywood?
Do I need to answer this? The whole world knows it's Salman Khan. I've been his fan for a very long time, so yeah, it's Salman Khan for me.
At that event of RRR, the way Salman Khan was talking about the film, that 4 mahine tak kisi ko aana nahi chahiye.
Yeah, I know. I mean, it was so sweet of him, so generous of him.
Right.
I mean, a star of that stature. We are like youngsters in front of him. Like the love he's caressed over RRR and on me and on Charan and on Jackana, on Rajamouli, on RRR. It's really, we are very, very, very grateful. Very grateful.
How did you respond when you saw the teaser of Tiger 3?
Tiger 3, I still haven't seen it. I have to. I still haven't seen it because we've been so busy with promoting it. I'm sure you would have seen us, taking a charter like a bus.
Yeah.
We were roaming around. We were in Varanasi. We were in like in Baroda.
Right.
We were in Amritsar, all over the place. So I'm just gonna. And then again, right after the release, 3 days we were celebrating our success.
Of course.
It was my wife's birthday, so I was very busy during RRR. So this was the least I could do to her. I'm going to catch a glimpse of it right away.
This is Harsh from Mumbai. Hi Tarak, I would like to congratulate for humongous RRR. You just nailed with your Bhim character.
Thank you.
You truly work hard for this. I had wanted to ask, would you like to work with Ranveer Singh in future collaboration?
Absolutely. I mean, I would love to. He's a ball of energy again, and I think with RRR, now we are this big industry, and everyone's, we're not going to have, restrictions to stop us from sharing screen space, and I think it'll be wonderful to work with a lot of people. There are many actors in our Indian film industry. I think we'll all get together. It'll be a nice sharing of talents.
This is Mehboob Basha from Kurnool. NTR bro, blown away for your performance in Kumaram Bhimudo song. Did you ever feel insecurity of getting less preference as Ram Charan character in the end? What's your take on this?
Absolutely not. I think Rajamouli has created these beautiful characters for both of us. In a way, I think we've complemented each other in RRR. So we were never insecure, me or Charan. There was never a question of insecurity.
Right. And the way that bonding has taken place, how important is it for two actors to emit that level of positivity? Because वो positivity दिख रहा है
जी
कि वो आप एक दूसरे के लिए महसूस कर रहे हैं, या तो वो होता है या फिर वो नहीं होता, तो वो महसूस करना, वो फील करना, वो कितना important?
Sir, it's very important. Chemistry between two actors, I personally feel, is very important. And how does that chemistry come? See, not everyone are friends like me and Charan, right? You know, we've been friends for a very long time. But I think somewhere an actor needs to erase these boundaries of insecurity.
Right.
And just trust in the film. Because what is more important is the film, is the soul, is the director. So I think you just have to have this belief, this wild belief on the content and on the director. And just do your job as actors. That's all.
Thank you, Faridun, for the chance to ask NTR Anna. I'm from Vizag. My name is Ajay. My question is, if NTR Anna gets a chance to act an epic love story like Geetanjali in Mani Ratnam direction, will he do it? Why am I asking this question is, NTR Anna is the best actor in all aspects.
Why not?
Mani
Why
Ratnam.
not?
Film
Why
in Mani
not?
Ratnam.
Why not? I mean, come on. A legend. I would love to. I would love to. Love to.
This is Vijay from Hyderabad asking what is the difficult part of Natu Natu song, dancing with Ram Charan or carrying his character in him while dancing?
I think it was carrying the character while dancing, because it was more about Ram and Bhim than Charan and NTR there. It was Ram and Bhim together. So what was tougher actually is to carry the character, because you can't be very too stylish. He's from a forest. He's an Adivasi.
Right.
So he needs to have that rugged and roughness in him, but still have sync with Ram. So that was tougher than dancing with Charan.
Okay, and there are many questions for your entire bonding and chemistry with Olivia. And that came out of...
I mean, it was see again, as I said, Faridunji, it was like a exhibition. Where we have Olivia, we have Ray Stevenson, we've had Alison Doody. We shared this. I mean, like, she's a fantastic talent, Olivia. I mean, like, she's one of those actors who looks very different off screen and completely different on screen. I mean, like, you can really see her looking something else than in a monitor. And the moment you look at her in the monitor, she just changes.
Right.
So it's like she's a bundle of talent. I mean, like, and I think she's still scratching the tip.
The surface.
Yeah, the surface. And I think there's a lot reserved for her.
Okay, how do you respond when your fans suggest that who is it that you should be doing your next film with? Like, a lot of people, they're saying that Olivia should be there in NTR 30. I'm getting messages that you should have Anirudh as a music director for NTR 30. And they get so involved that it feels that and I think at times the advice seems to be pretty logical and sensible as well. It's not that it's coming from the heart.
Yeah, so my answer is wait for it. NTR 30 is on its way to be announced. So wait for it.
And the way it is trending, the way there are so many questions that I've received for NTR 30. It is crazy.
The only thing I'm going to tell you right now, Faridunji, is that we're going to start from June. The director has plans of announcing his technicians. Just wait for it.
And who's starring opposite you?
Director has plans of announcing it in his own way.
All right.
So we'll just have to wait for it.
But it's going to be, there will be too many expectations post RRR, because
absolutely
you're going to be a new phase now.
Yeah, I think see, as I said, fear is very important. So I think you need to fear about your product. I think that fear will keep us going. And Koratal Shiva, thankfully, is one of the very few directors here who's really satisfied me, who's given me this utmost satisfaction as an actor. He's a fantastic writer. And we did a movie called Janta Garage together. So this is our second collaboration. He's one of the very few writers again. He's a writer come director who really challenges me. So
Right.
I'm looking forward to that project.
And you said in my last interview that Janta Garage was one of your most special performances.
Special movies, yes. I mean, like the way I'm sure you would have watched it in, like dubbed, but it's really one of the special characters which I've done in my career.
Right. NTR 30. Any specific reason why you're having the title NTR 30?
No, they're just trending it. It's the fans who started it as NTR 30.
Okay.
We still haven't named the film.
So it is the 30th film.
So it's just my 30th film. So that's why they've started trending it as NTR 30 or ye ho gaya title. मैं बोला no यार, we can't name it NTR 30.
But it seems catchy actually.
It does, but it's like RRR.
Exactly.
It was just like we just started it off and it was hashtag RRR and we didn't have a choice, but RRR was the title. No, I think the films need to have names and they need to have titles. A title which comes out of an expression of the story will do justice to the product.
Okay, this is Srikar from Bangalore. What was his exact reaction when Rajamouli narrated him Komaram Bhimadu song situation and sequencing for the time? Also, how excited was he to see audience reaction for that particular sequence when movie released?
That sequence is going to be a sequence which is going to be very close to my heart because it really gave me immense satisfaction as an actor, and I was elated when the sequence was narrated to me. I was elated. Come on, these are the things which give you the happiness as an actor. When you're a part of such sequences, gives you this immense satisfaction. So when we were shooting for that sequence, I think those were the days where I really slept happily as a baby because I was so satisfied as an actor.
Right. So, quite a few of your fans, they've requested if you can hum a few lines from the song.
No.
You're a singer.
Absolutely not. See, I'm
You're
a
a
bathroom
singer.
singer. These guys just made me a mainstream singer, but I'm not a mainstream
But
singer.
you've sung songs.
Yes, a few songs.
Right.
But this song I really would not want to hum also, purely because it was sung by my darling Kala Bhairava. I love him too much. I think his voice has done justice to this song. And I think he's the voice behind my expressions and I don't want to spoil it.
This is Pramoda from Tirupati. Wherever you go, camera just follows you as a public person, but how you're succeed in making Abhay and Bhargav hide from that camera, cause we fans are very keen to see them, but you won't let that happen anyway, except once in a blue moon.
Well, I mentioned this. You can go back, rewind, and I explained Faridunji how tough it is and why I do it. So please rewind, check my answer out.
This is Nitya from USA. What does he enjoy doing the most? Action, comedy, dance, or drama? Since he excels in everything, what is his favorite? And any plans to do a period piece like Yamo Donga? Have I pronounced it right?
Yes, Yamadonga.
How he is so good at mythology.
See, I'm somebody who doesn't plan movies as an actor again. So I just go with the flow. Every director is different. Every director wants to make something different. So, but films like mythology, when they're thrown to me, I would definitely not say a no. And it depends on the story again. Our mythologies are very, very, very strong stories, and we need to feel very responsible when you are working on mythologies.
All right, this is Parul Mitkari. Ask him if he's the one who gave Rajamouli the name Jakanna.
Yes.
And story behind it, like during which film or scene he gave that name and why it is widely accepted within the industry.
Okay, Jakanna is a great sculptor. So, Amar Shilpi Jakanna. So, he was a great sculptor. So, our first collaboration, student number 1. I told you, this perfection ka keda hai Rajamouli mein. So the moment I saw it, I saw him, work on that movie. He was not settling down for even a 99. It started from then. So for him, it was 100%, even though it was his first movie. He was very sure what he wanted. And for that, the amount of effort he was putting in as a filmmaker, That made me call him Jakarna. I said, you're like a sculptor, you know, you just sculpt every frame of yours.
That is true.
Yeah, and the world is seeing it. So, yeah.
Okay, this is Kaveen from Kota Gudem. Ask him if he is active on social media, not about his personal life, at least about professional life, because huge impact of social media is there nowadays on movies and following.
I am. You've been watching my posts. So I'm pretty there on social media.
His name is Kashif Khan. I know him as Singamalai Anna from the movie Simhadri, that also directed by Rajamouli. How was the journey from Singamalai to Kumaram Bhima, RRR? And my all-time favorite movie of Jr NTR is Brindavanam.
Brindavanam. It's a nice question. The journey from Simhadri to Kumaram Bhim. I think it was a big roller coaster ride. There were deep turns, there were blind curves, there were steep falls, and there's a kind of a plane right now. God knows what's going to happen again. So looking forward to what's going to happen post RRR. I'm more interested in looking at it. So.
All right. Anything on Brindavanam?
Brindavanam, yes. Brindavanam again is one such film which is very special. It really, you know, it was like a shift from just doing commercial flicks to just doing a family entertainer. And yeah, again a lovely film, a film which is very close to my heart. People, I mean, like I wasn't that confident that people would accept that kind of a role and movie. But yeah, again, good films get good reviews and good applause. So yeah.
So rapid fire with Tarak. What one change do you find in you as an actor after working with S.S. Rajamouli on RRR?
Innocence.
Innocence. All right.
Looking for innocence, naiveness. You know, have that naiveness in you, have that innocence in you.
Which was the first scene in RRR when you read you felt like whistling and clapping?
Wow, the tiger introduction scene. That was the first thing he told me. So I just instantly whistled and clapped. I was like, wow.
Okay, if Olivia Morris, aka Jenny in RRR and Alia Bhatt ask you for a coffee date and you can choose only one, whom would you choose and why?
Alia. I would like to, because she for me is a very deep actor. And I really want to see that depth and learn from her a lot.
And I believe you're doing a film with her.
Again, the director has plans, so I'm not going to ruin it.
So is it like NTR 30?
Just wait for a few days, Farid. Just a few days.
That's interesting. If you were to invite Ram Charan and S.S. Rajamouli in your house for a dinner tonight, what dish would you cook for them?
Oh, Rajamouli loves papucharu, so I'd cook that for him. Charan loves the biryani I cook, so I'm going to cook that for him.
All right.
And papucharu and biryani are good combinations as well. So
great. If you're locked in a room with Allu Arjun and Prabhas, what do you think you guys will talk about?
Wow. Prabhas and Allu Arjun. I think that's a little personal, so I prefer not answering that.
A call or a message you received for RRR that was the most unexpected?
I think it was my mother. You know, when we were watching this film, so I was sitting on a row, you know, niche ka first row mein, you know, we were watching it in a private screening. So I was on the bottom row and my mom was on the topmost row. And the moment she watched the film, she said, I really wanted to get up, come and give you a hug, cry, and then, you know, sit with you. So that was my first beautiful message which I received.
Amazing. In our interview, Alia Bhatt said, Tarak, please give me your fans. How would you respond to Alia?
They're already yours.
If your film Jai Lava Kusha were to be remade in Hindi, who do you think should star in it?
Ranbir Kapoor.
Ranbir Kapoor. And why do you think that?
I think he's a phenomenal actor. And again, a very deep actor. He's very deep. So I think Ranbir Kapoor will do a good job with Jai Lava Kusha in Hindi.
All right. If S.S. Rajamouli asks you to suggest casting for following roles in Mahabharat movie, which celebs would you suggest for Arjuna?
Oh God. Oh my God. I really think I shouldn't say anything about this, Faridunji, because Rajamouli is going to kill me. Arjuna, I don't know. I think it's just NTR.
Okay, Arjuna NTR. Okay, that's a good start. Karna.
NTR.
Bhima.
NTR.
Draupadi.
Oh God. Alia.
Okay, Sri Krishna.
NTR.
That's very interesting. What one thing you'd like to steal from following people? Okay, and not necessarily material. It can be like a quality as well. Mr. Rajamouli.
His thirst for perfectionism, his thirst for stories.
Amazing.
This whole want of telling good stories, telling great stories, telling big stories.
All right. Salman Khan.
Wow. Charisma.
Okay. Prabhas.
Height.
Ram Charan.
Calmness. The calmness he has.
In real life, are you the fire or the water?
Fire.
The interval fight or the climax fight? Your favorite from Triple R?
The interval.
Okay. Triple R shattering the every possible record. Yeah, the praise you're getting from all corners of the world. What is more fascinating?
Can I pick both?
Okay, that makes sense. Melodramatic scenes, here romantic scenes. What is tougher for you?
Romantic.
Okay, Anand in Janata Garage, ya Daya in Temper, your favorite?
Daya in Temper.
Okay, Others, ya Brindavaram?
Others.
Okay, Salman Khan, ya Amir Khan, your favorite Bollywood actor?
Salman Khan.
Would you say Triple R is a better film than Bahubali 1 and Bahubali 2?
I think Rajamouli should answer this.
If you were offered to host the Hindi Big Boss for one season, would you accept the offer?
No. Because I think none can replace him. I've already done a season of Big Boss here in Telugu, so I would say no, definitely to that.
All right. Does mega success of Triple R put any pressure on Jr NTR, the actor?
No.
It does not. All right.
Hi, this is NTR, and you're watching Bollywood Hungama.